What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, Panther Nation? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. I know it's been a minute, but we are alive and in living color. I am your favorite couch scout extraordinaire, Tony.
And I am your favorite armchair GM CJ. It's been a while, but I'm back.
Yes. It's been a while. It's been a while. Today we are going to do a quick recap of a Thursday night game against the Chicago Bears,
Trash.
and pretty much we got questions. We got a whole lot of questions, and
Whole lot.
they may not. I'm pretty sure they won't be all answered today, but we gonna ask them anyway. We definitely gonna ask them anyway. Uh, see, we don't have anybody in the room yet. Well, with that
Give
being
him,
said,
give him a minute.
huh?
If we
Okay.
give him a minute. How you doing, cuz?
Shit, I'm doing just as well as you would expect most Panther fans nowadays. Football the weekend is not a happy time right now. It's definitely
Yeah,
not a
as a
happy
Panther
time right
fan,
now.
as a Panther fan, is not. Yes, it's not something that we all look forward to like we used to. Even
But
though we
one
used
thing
to,
I
it's been a
can
while too.
one thing I can say, it won't ruin my Sunday this Sunday. How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
it
true. My
won't.
my Thursday evening was terrible. Friday morning. Friday morning was whack. Looking at everybody, just trash our rookie quarterback like he out there playing by himself, one versus 11. So hey,
I'll come to the realization that everybody don't know football. That's the best way I can sum it up in a nutshell without being disrespectful, trying to get in the back and forth with
mm-hmm.
people. Like everybody that's fan and everybody that's a fan don't understand football. Now, I understand how people felt like we were sold a bill of goods, or we were led to believe that one thing was going to happen and now it's another. But if you really and truly understand football, and you understand the process of football, and nothing really
Absolutely.
happens overnight. You know what I mean? Now, did we expect our Panthers to be 1-8 right now and looking like you know, uh, uh um a Division 3 football team?
A,
No,
a
definitely
straight
didn't
dumpster
expect
fire.
that. Right? Yeah, Division 3 football is pretty much dumpster fire. Yeah, but I definitely didn't expect them to go to the playoffs or make the Super Bowl either. So it's kind of like that catch 22. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was one of the ones that was feeling very hopeful, very optimistic, thinking,
Hmm.
we were just a quarterback away from making things happen. But hey, it is not turning out to be that way. But yeah,
Hey.
go ahead, cuz, before I get off on the tangent.
Well, I just wanted to say that it feels good to be back on here with you. I've been out for a while, and anybody that didn't know, I had what I call major surgery. I'm still recovering. I'm doing well. I got the best I got the best person I could have by my side. She's sitting right behind me right now. She's been taking care of me. So I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
better. Man, I'm getting better, and I'm good enough. I felt like coming on and talking a little shit today. And,
I,
it's been hard for the past couple weeks, but I'm up to it today. And like the title said, we got a lot of questions. We got a whole lot of questions.
well, let's get into the game recap real quick. Of course,
All
our
right.
Bears lost. I mean, our Panthers lost to the Bears 16-13. Um, it's kind of even hard to even get. It's kind of hard to even get into that game,
Hey, hold on,
because
hold
it
on,
was
Tony.
so.
Tony, Tony.
Yeah.
I want to do you like you remember at the end of 5 Heartbeats where Eddie Kane was singing and Duck was in the choir. And he looked at him. He got him. He said, "Take your time." That's what I want you to do. Take. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Take your time, cuz. Take your time.
Man, listen, cuz. Hey. um. Yeah. Damn. Shit. I really don't know where to start, man. It was just that was one game. That was one game. I just knew that we were going to rebound against the Colts. I knew the game was going to be called conservatively because with Bryce Young coming off 3 interceptions, Tyson Bagent turned the ball over 5 times, or responsible for 5 turnovers against the Saints. I knew both offenses was going to be conservative. But like I said in the preview, I said it was going to basically come down to who's going to punch who in the mouth first and who was going to impose their will was the
Yeah.
one that was going to win this game. And I was hoping that the Panthers would be that bully. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then things kind of got sour when you found out, Brian Burns wasn't going to be available. I forgot that he had got a concussion
Yeah.
Sunday. And Thursday was too quick of a turnaround for
It
him
was.
to play. So I mean, we just we always use that phrase "next man up." That phrase is used in any sport that you play on any level. One man go
Mhm.
down, the next man up. Be prepared. You never
Yeah.
know when your number is called. But people also have to understand that the number 2 don't have the same talent as the number 1 man that he's
Yeah.
replacing. And we have a talent void on our roster, both offensively and defensively. And those guys, I can't say they're not stepping up. All I can really say, and what I truly believe, is that they're doing the best that they can, but their best isn't good enough for you to win games on a consistent level. Their best isn't for you. Their best isn't giving you what you need offensively or defensively. So it's basically at this point in time in the season, the Panthers are just they can
Trash.
only work with what they got. You know what I mean? They can only work
Yeah.
with what they got. And it's sad to see, it's sad to say, but the reality of it is what it is. We
It
can
is.
we can have hope and wishful thinking and always talking about hindsight 2020, what we should have did with this, we should have did that, we shouldn't have drafted this player, we should have signed this player free agency. Like none of that shit matters right now. None of that matters. None of it. So I don't understand why people want to continue to go back and forth with each other down that rabbit hole when it's not going to do anything for your team right
Yeah.
now. Because right
Well,
now we are who we are.
well, I kind of disagree a little bit. I think it does matter still, the decisions that we made, the players that we
But
drafted.
how?
But hold
How
on,
does
hold
it
on,
matter or affect? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
hold on. I mean, it does matter because that's the people that we have to work with right now. That's what we have to deal with. But in agreement with you, I agree that it's what it is now. Okay. And we do have to
Mm-hmm.
move on. Could we have done better in free agency? Who knows? We knew we were tight with salary cap money. The draft, I'm still rocking with Bryce Young. All right. It's not
Right.
all his fault. He's still our number 1 quarterback, and
Right.
anybody don't want to hear that, hey, click us off and go watch college football. You know what I mean? So
Already.
he's still my quarterback, but we, as a whole, we got to do better, drafting players and bringing players in. But when you're talking about hope, this season for the Panthers for me is like all my hope is gone. I mean, it really is. It's just gone. I am signing up week to week on a different email account for a trial subscription. Okay, it's yeah. I'm doing 1 week trials every week. Every week I'm
Oh,
starting a new trial. I'm making a new Gmail account, a little burner email, and I'm going. I said, okay,
yeah,
well, you know what? Let me sign up for this free trial for these sorry ass Panthers for this week. I'm gonna get my. I'm gonna see what they do. And I'm like, after this trial is over, I'm done with them. But come Monday morning, here I am making another damn account, signing up for another weekly trial because this is my team. You know what I mean?
right.
But this is just how I feel right
At
now.
the end of the
We
day,
we're trash. We are trash. We are terrible. But the thing that pisses me off even more is our fan base wants to put it on one player. One player.
I don't understand that at all.
I don't
Understand
get.
it at all.
Well, let me say this. I kind of get it because it's somebody that they can point a finger at, and it was somebody that we traded up to get, and everybody act because I keep hearing this whole, you know, um, we've mortgaged our future for the next 10 years, or I whatever people keep saying.
Yeah, I saw
This
that
whole
too, and
thing of
that was
yeah,
just a dumb statement. That's
yeah.
just dumb.
They've
Go ahead.
set us back for 10 years. Like, how the hell they set us back for 10 years? Like, we gave up a first round pick next year. Yes, that's gonna sting. It's gonna hurt because we do have other areas that we need to address, and it would be nice to bring in somebody with that number one pick, first round talent next year to help the team out. But you know what? It's gone. We don't have it.
Right.
I've heard people say about whether we should try and jump back into the first round to get a player, but my thing is, what do you have to give up to jump back in the first round to get that player? I mean, it's not like they put up a graphic Thursday night during the game. The Bears have a crap ton of picks next year. Okay, they got our first. They got some I think for San Francisco. um
I think they got 11 picks in all for the draft next year.
I want to say that they got one from Philly because Philly traded up to number 9 and took was a Carter. But yeah,
Right.
they got a lot to work with. You know, I don't see a scenario where the Panthers are going to try and trade back into the first round. The only thing I can see is if we continue on this road that we're on and just say we end up with like the first pick in the second round, and somebody is willing to, trade at the latter part of the first round, for
Right.
not that much. But, you know, with that, it's got to be somebody that the Panthers are like, okay, we got to go up and get this one. But we've also seen that backfire too. Just this past draft, they freaked out, they panicked, they went up to go get DJ Johnson, and he's a rookie, but he hasn't been on the field. We traded
Yeah.
two picks to get him, and he's barely been on the field except for this past game because Justin Houston is on IR. Brian Burns was out, so it was kind of he had to play.
So let me ask you this question. This is the hot take question on Twitter right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that Frank Wright should be fired? And if so, when?
Let me tell you, the angry fan in me believes he should be fired like right now. Okay.
Okay.
And I have I've been a fan of let me add somebody to this. Okay. I've Frank Wright is okay. I wasn't really a fan of his hiring, but hey, that's my team. I'm gonna rock with him. Let's see what he do.
Right.
Okay. Me and you both, we wanted them to keep Steve Wilkes. All right. Now, like you
Right.
said,
Right.
hindsight is 2020. You go ask any San Francisco fan right now, and they ready to get rid of his ass already. Okay. But here we are. Okay. Scott
Right.
Fitterer. Okay, I had high hopes for him coming in. It was always a thing where the past couple of years he was with Matt Rule, and the story is that Matt Rule, had the final say, and Fitterer was kind of handcuffed and what he could do and how he could do it. Okay, you bring in Frank Wright, it's supposed to be more of a joint effort, a collaboration. We
Right,
talk
right,
about this and we come together and we make a decision. Okay. But my thought is if you're going to get rid of Frank Wright, I say, I hate to say this, but if you get rid of Frank Wright, I say get rid of Fitterer too, and go ahead
mm,
and start new head coach, new GM. But at the same time, if what they saying is true about David Tepper, and because everybody says that Frank Wright and Fitterer, they wanted CJ Stroud. David Tepper came in, overruled them, and said no, we're taking Bryce Young. Okay. Now, like I said, I can't confirm or deny that, but if that's the case, if Frank Wright does get the can, say Fitterer goes with him, whoever comes in, David Tepper is the owner. He is the owner. He does have a say in damn near everything, but he's got to sit back
right,
and let this GM cook and let the coach cook. Okay, they are the literal, not necessarily boots on the ground, but they're the ones evaluating talent and trying to fit that talent into a scheme, and you gotta let them do what they do. Okay, he's not it's not like a Jerry Jones situation in Dallas where he's the owner, president, and GM, if I ain't mistaken.
right.
You know, but yeah, man, if the like I said, the angry Panther fan in me wants Frank Wright gone now, and nothing. I'm not trying to say he's a bad person and all, but what I've seen from him, I can't get behind it. I can't get behind it because even after they given the play calling over to Thomas Brown, one of my boys, we were texting the other day, and I told him, I was like, man, I said, damn, I said this looks like the same thing. I said this play calling ain't got no better, and he was like, plot twist, Frank Wright still calling the plays, and that got me thinking, and I saw who is it, Phil from the Panthers Post. I watched his video, I think it was last night or right after the game, and he was like, "Is Thomas Brown really calling? Are these plays he calling? Is plays that he's come up with? Or is this just is this just like a part of a bag of plays? From Frank Wright? You get what I'm saying? If that makes any sense, because I told you this in preseason and you laughed at me. I told you this in preseason, you laughed at me. I said it
What's
looks
that?
like the Panthers have about 10 plays and they consistently call about 5 or 6 of them. Okay?
Yeah, I did. I did.
You laughed at me, and I promise you right now, it looks like the Panthers have about 15 plays. Okay, that like 15 plays, and I think 11 of them are damn near the same variation of the same play.
Right.
So it's just a mess. Now on the other side, the optimistic part of me is like, okay, you know what? It's Frank Wright's first year. Let's give him to the end of the year and see what him and Fitterer can do in the offseason as far as upgrading the roster with a much improved salary cap. All right. People got to remember that our salary cap situation was garbage juice trash this past offseason. And they did what they could with what they had. Okay. We're
Well, no,
supposed to
we
have
no the salary cap wasn't that bad this year. The year before, yes, but last year, cause me and you, we looked at the numbers like 3 or 4 times, and I think by the end of the draft, going into a free agency, the Panthers was like number 2 and number 3 as far as
mhm.
cap space. That because Chicago was number 1 and Carolina was like number 2 and number 3. And they're gonna have even more cap space come next year. But go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, shoot. Well, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. My bad. But
It's all good.
I still think they ain't have enough money to go out and do exactly what they wanted to do. As far as updating this roster with the amount of players that we needed. Um, but yeah, but like I was saying, going back to Fitterer and Frank Wright, like the optimistic part of me wants them to, get to next year, have another off season, okay, with because they came in now. Fitterer knew the roster. Frank Wright is new. Okay, but you got another off season. They can evaluate the roster again because we talked about this in training camp, especially like on the defensive side of the ball. We switched to the 3-4, and we were like, okay, well, we got a lot of we got a few people on the defensive line that can play that nose tackle spot, and be run stuffers. But by the end of training camp, they were all gone.
Right.
It was
Right.
about 3 of them. They all gone, and then we've been putrid against the run all season up until the last couple games. Okay, but
Right.
yeah, the optimist in me wants them to give them another, let them play out this year, give them another off season, get them in the next year, and see if they can turn things around. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's bleak. It's really bleak, and there's a line. And when I tell you they are straddling that line, this whole season, and
Yeah.
it to up to now, you can already say the tipping point has been reached. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
what David Tepper wants to do. So,
Yeah.
what do you
What's
think?
going on, Doug? What's up, fellas? Yeah, I need true break from football until next week. I feel you on that, Doug. I feel you, my boy. And then he said, already, fellas, about head back and take care of pops. I appreciate y'all as always. Let's keep our heads up. Well, that's the only thing we can do at this time, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm glad to hear that your dad had a successful surgery, man. I hope he's doing well and
Oh
get
yeah.
back to being himself here real soon.
Prayers up, buddy.
But yeah, as far as do I think do I think Frank Reich should be fired? Hmm. I say no. And the only reason I say no because I understand there's a process. There's a process to this. Now I understand people want him to be fired and they're frustrated, and I get that. I get that wholeheartedly. But there is a process, and I what's the word I'm looking for? I want people to remember where Detroit Lions were 2 or 3 years ago. Do y'all or do anybody know what Dan Campbell record was his first 20 games as head coach of the Lions? If you don't know, let me just tell you. He was 1-19.
Mm.
1-19. That year Jared Goff got there, where they traded for Jared Goff and traded Stafford to the Rams. Of course, the Rams won the Super Bowl. But when
Mm-hmm.
Stafford first year in Detroit, it looked like they was gonna be 0-17. They finally
Golf.
won one game. Yeah, they won. They was 1-16 that season, and then last season they started off, if I'm not mistaken, 1-6 or 1-7, and then it turned around. They won like the last 7 or 8 games of the regular season and
Mm-hmm.
almost made the playoffs. Now look at them this year. Everything is a process. It's a
Yeah.
process. Um, Scott Fitterer, I'm still kind of on the fence with that. And the reason why is because, like I said before, I mean, you've had this discussion back in the off season and during preseason. This is Scott Fitterer's first season being in full control of the roster,
Mm-hmm.
as a general manager, as having final say so. We know that when Matt Rule was here, we know that Matt Rule had final say on a lot of things that was going on, or a lot of things that had to do with the roster. So this is Scott Fitterer's first year with that. This is a whole, like I said, people don't like to use the word rebuild. They didn't like to use it in the preseason and during the offseason. But I try to tell people, when you bringing in a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, you got a new defensive scheme. You're switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4. You're bringing in a new offensive scheme. and then you go out and draft a rookie quarterback. If that don't say rebuild, I don't know what else does. And if I mean, I don't know what people thought a rebuild looks like. I don't know what people thought this was going to look like. I was being hopeful that we could just drop a quarterback in there and keep building off what we did off the in the second half of the season. But me and you had this discussion a couple weeks ago, but we also had this discussion back in off season. We did a video on it about did the Panthers have the right personnel for the 3-4 defense. But we
Mm-hmm.
never thought to ask, do they even have the right personnel to run this offense? And Kirk Herbstreit said it best. He said it best, man. Yesterday on college game day. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was he was talking to Pat
Yeah.
McAfee,
Uh-huh.
and he basically was saying that offensively, Carolina doesn't have the right personnel to run this offense. And when I
No.
thought about it, I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Because what Bryce Young did at Alabama and what he was used to doing, what he was successful doing, is totally different than what he's doing right now. It's totally
Mm-hmm.
different right now. He's used to that spread offense, up tempo, no huddle type offense. What they're trying to implement this year, to to me, looks nothing like what Bryce did in college. And if you're going to do that, if you're going to draft a quarterback like most teams do,
Mm-hmm.
they draft that quarterback and they tailor and build an offense to that quarterback's strength. What it looks
Mm-hmm.
like to me, look like they built the offense and want to build and hope that Bryce Young can be tailored to their offense instead of them tailoring the offense to Bryce Young's strength. That makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So when he said that, and I thought about it, I was like, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. And when you talk about what we did last year, we were inside zone running team, extra
Mm-hmm.
extra linemen, north south, get after it. We just may not have the athleticism up front to run a wide zone scheme type of offense.
Yeah.
We just might not. They just might not be built for that. I'm not gonna say the whole line is not athletic. I believe
Mm-hmm.
Icky can do it. I believe Austin Corbett can get out and move, but I don't think Taylor Moton can do it. I don't think Bradley Bozeman can do it. And whoever the hell is at left guard, they ain't gonna they can't do it. Well, whatever that
Mm-hmm.
carousel is at left guard, ain't none of them prove that they can do it as well. And Lord, don't even get me talking about Calvin Throckmorton. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let the tape speak for itself. But yeah, we need to pray on that. We
Yeah.
definitely need to pray on that.
But what gets me is the fact that even though this is a different offensive scheme than we had last year, prime example, 3rd and 1 or third and less than a yard near the end of the game Thursday. They turn around, hand the ball off to Chuba Hubbard, and he can't even get that. I
But
know
you know
this is
why he couldn't get it though? The offensive line didn't get no push.
no, no,
They
and
didn't
and
get
and
no push.
none. But that's the thing. They haven't been able to get pushed the entire season apart from the Atlanta game.
Right.
If you look at it, okay, if you go back now, we have access to, to the all 22, just like a lot of people do. Okay. But if you go back and look at a lot of these plays, when the ball is handed off to our running backs, there's a lot. a lot of plays, the running backs are getting hit 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Okay?
Yeah.
Teams are
Yeah.
putting 4 defensive linemen, 4 defensive linemen. Teams are not really blitzing the Panthers a whole hell of a lot. They are getting
No,
in
they're
the
not.
backfield with 4 down linemen. That's all it takes. And I know everybody has seen this picture and this clip from the Indianapolis game where Bryce Young is back there, and there are 3 defensive linemen barreling down on him, and our offensive linemen are 2 to 3 yards on the other side of them, turned around looking like, "Well, damn, that was quick." Like, shit, they already back there to the quarterback. And that's what we've seen all year long. All year long. And that's why I
Yeah.
say it really pisses me off that everybody is like, "Oh, it's all on Bryce Young." What is he supposed to do with the offensive line? Okay. They can't even block 4 people. They can't block. And when we was playing the Bears the other night, it was one play. Okay. So Icky and Throckmorton double teamed one defensive lineman. Corbin and Bozeman double teamed another one. Taylor Moton caught another guy off the edge. Okay. That's three down linemen. And then the other guy comes off the edge by himself and gets to
Mm.
Bryce or hurries him or something.
Yeah.
It's just it's a mess, man. It is a
What I
straight up mess.
what I try to tell people, and I try to educate people, you know, every time that we're on here or whatnot, everything starts in the trenches on the offensive line and on the defensive line. Your offense is only gonna go as far as your offensive lineman. If your offensive linemen are not blocking for the quarterback, if your offensive linemen aren't, operating on the other side of the line of scrimmage, meaning getting a 1 or 2 yard push, if they're not capable of opening up holes for the running backs to get through, you're not going to have an offense, not a productive one at that. Everybody wants to harp on Bryce Young and talk about the play calling and this and that. None of that matters if the offensive line can't block no damn body. If you can't, I mentioned this to my wife earlier today. I said everybody that we play is getting to the quarterback with 4 rushers, with 4 down linemen. She said, how is that possible when there's 5 offensive linemen? I said, well, thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Four
Yeah.
down linemen, and you got 5 offensive linemen. I don't care what play you run. There's always have been, always will be 5 offensive linemen on the field every offensive snap.
Yeah.
There's no reason you should be getting the wheels or the brakes beat off of you with 4 down linemen.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make no sense. So when that's happening, what do you expect Bryce Young to do?
Yeah.
Who do you expect him to get the ball to?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's talking about, well, we ain't taking no shots downfield. Well, damn. How much time do you think he really has for a 5-step or a 7-step drop to
He
wait
he
for
he
a wide
does.
receiver? Right. To wait for a wide receiver to get downfield and get open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what kind of time do people really think it takes for a 5 to 7 step drop and wait for a wide receiver to come open downfield?
Mm. Oh,
I just
and I was gonna say this too. And when you're talking about the play calling, now, yeah, you're right. It starts with the offensive line. The offensive line can't block, don't matter what play you call, it's not gonna work. But then there are situations where Bryce drops back, he has time, and then it's like I saw something where somebody was like, Bryce Young needs to drop back, and 3-step drop, he need to be ready to throw the ball. He's not ready to throw. But the thing is, if you go back and look at the tape, he ready to throw the ball. Ain't nobody open.
Ain't even came out they
Nobody
break.
open.
Haven't
They're
even
running.
came out they break.
Yeah. You got 4 players. I've seen plays where you have 4 players running down the field. Okay. Bryce Young drops back, 3-step drop. Bryce Young is ready to fire the ball. Everybody is still running their route. And then you get some of the plays where just say they run down the field, turn around and looking for Bryce. You got 4 wide receivers spread across the field, all running the same damn route, turn around, looking at Bryce in the face, and the defenders are sitting there, attached to their hip. Where is he supposed to throw the ball?
Yeah.
Where is he supposed to throw the ball?
Yeah.
And then you got some plays where it looks like I saw one, and I do got a clip of it here. He threw the ball high to Hayden Hurst, threw it out of bounds Thursday night. So I think it was a 4 wide receiver set. The other 3 receivers ran down the field, comeback routes. Okay. Hayden Hurst started on the right side and he did a crossing route going across the field. It looked like Bryce's first read was those comeback routes. And the Bears were just squatting back in zone. They had everything covered. Now, mind you, if Hayden Hurst was his first read, then he might have had some time to throw the ball to him, catch him on the crossing route before he got out of bounds. But the thing is, by the time he scanned the field, got over to Hayden Hurst, and this can go back to the Colts game. I think he learned a lesson about this. If he would have threw that pass, that would have been a pick 6 all day. And then we'd be wondering, well, why did he throw that ball? And I think it was a lot of plays in this Bears game that he looked and was like, you know what? Nah, that's not there. I made the same mistake last week. I threw out to the flat late, and that shit went back the other way.
Yeah. Let me read a couple of comments. Old school Panther fan got in. The thing that's troubling is that Wilkes came in and went 6-6. Now offense can't even get into the end zone. Incompetence, trying running the offense without the right personnel. You're right. We were just speaking about that. You are exactly right. And like I said, didn't even really realize that. Think about that during the offseason. We was more concerned. I guess I was more concerned with the defense and how that was going to look. But hell, it looks like the defense looks better than what the offense looks right now, even with all the injuries on the defense side of the ball.
Yeah, but hey, hold on. Before you read that, before you read that, I will say this. Now the defense has put together 3 decent games in a row. Okay. And another thing that kind of pisses me off is everybody acts like now all of a sudden the defense has been playing lights out all season. And I want everybody to remember this has just been the last 3 games. This is the same defense that's been giving up 100-something yards on the ground a game, and we've been getting our ass kicked, 40-something to 20-something, back-to-back weeks or whatever.
28.3 points per game, which is dead last in the NFL. Let's not forget that number either.
Yeah. Now, kudos to Evero. Kudos. I got to give him credit. He has done, a good job with what he's had, barring injuries and everything else that's happened. But like I said, don't get it twisted and act like defense has been playing the past 3 weeks, the whole season. I'm sorry. I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah. Old school Panther fan said, I watched that 10 times. The O-line can't block a little league defense. I can't argue that. I can't argue that point. Said, amen. 100. He said, y'all are right on point today. Thanks for saying what I'm thinking. Hey, we appreciate it, man. Hey, it's not, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on. I think a lot of times what you see in social media, let me say that. You see talking points. You see things that people want to dive into or dwell on because they get clicks. They don't look at it, or they I'm not gonna say they don't look at it and they don't know. They choose not to know. I mean, I'm not sorry. They choose not to speak about the things that really matters because those things may or may not get them the right amount of clicks. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. I love the game too much. Been playing, coaching, and watching this game for over 40 years, man. I'm never going to just come on here and just call it something just to call it something just for some damn clicks. No, I love the game of football too much for that. I know too much about the game of football, and that's why I try to portray, to our fans and our listeners out there that it's more than what you see. There's 11 men that has to come together on one. They have to come together and be as one and move as one in order for them to be successful. If one out of that 11 does something wrong, doesn't run the right route, doesn't pick up the right
Mm-hmm.
block, whatever the case may be, do you have about a 70% chance of that offensive play or that defensive play not being successful? Football is the ultimate game sport, the ultimate sport. And if you're not on one accord with everybody else that's with you on that field, it's going to be a problem. And what we're seeing here is that it's deeper than what people want to accept. I'm not going to say they don't see it or they don't even believe it, but do they accept it?
Mm-hmm.
And if you just look at it, it's not all on Bryce Young. It's not all on Frank Wright. It's not all on Scott Fitterer. It's a collective group effort.
Yeah.
Could Scott Fitterer be better? Could he have done things better in the offseason and in the draft and in free agency? Of course he could have. Could Frank Wright done some things better? Of course he have. Has it always been Bryce Young fault every game? No, it hasn't. Is he at fault? Yes, he is. There's one or two games where you can honestly say, you know what? If it wasn't for these interceptions or these pick sixes, we probably would have won this game. So
Facts.
yes, he has lost us a game or two, but not every single game. Not every time something happened, it's his fault. And it just irks me when I see it on Twitter or Facebook, and you know, all you ever see is people talking about everybody need to be fired, everybody need to go. We're gonna march on Mint Street, and you know, uh David Tepper need to sell the team. Like, really? Really? Like that?
Hey,
It, it,
I
it just
ain't gonna
don't make
lie.
sense.
The march on Mint Street would probably be pretty funny though. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna change much. Nothing. But you know what though, Tony? I'm not even gonna lie. It would be nice to see Panther Nation be as one, and come together, as a whole for a specific purpose. Because we are divided as divided could be right now. But like I said, it's wild to me, um, that it's come to this.
But my whole
It is
thing,
wild.
marching on Mint Street is not going to accomplish a damn thing. It's not going to make
It's
David
not.
Tepper do anything different than what he wants to do.
It's
This
not.
man,
It
this
would be good to
this
see
man is
though.
not this man is not a politician. You know what I'm saying? You ain't vote
Yeah.
him in. He owns this
Yeah.
team.
This is
You
true.
know what I'm saying? Like, you marching on Mint Street ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass arrested. Period.
Nah, nah, it's gonna be
You know what I'm
peaceful march.
saying?
It's gonna be a peaceful march, Tony. We ain't gonna speak on
Okay.
that. It's gonna look. It's plenty of room around the stadium. They can go out there and hold their signs and and yell, "We shall overcome," and
Free,
all that
freedom
good
of
stuff.
speech. Freedom of speech. You're right. You're right. You're right. But I guess my thing is when we talk about something like that, it's like, okay, but what is the end game? I see the beginning. It's like playing
Yeah,
chess. You got a beginning, a middle, and the end. What is the end game?
yeah.
Show me and tell me what the end game is.
Well, right now the end
Elizabeth
game is
Lashley.
is, is Tepper. Tepper's Thanos. He's holding the gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones in it right now. And it's on him.
Right.
Does he want to be patient? Does he want to erase half of Panther universe? What does he want to do?
Elizabeth Lashley said, "What's good, fella? Sorry I'm late. What's good, Liz?
Oh, you
What's
not late.
good?
You
I
right
ain't
on time. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you right. You right on time. Yeah, you're right on time. Glad that you showed up. We sorry that it's been a couple weeks since we did a live, but like CJ said, he had a major surgery, so we definitely had to keep him in our prayers. You know,
Yeah, but
give him
I'm
time
back.
to to give him time to get healthy and get his wings back on, get his feet back under him, and you see he back to his shit talking self. So he getting
Hey,
there.
like I said, I'm good enough today where I come on here and express my frustrations. But it's still a process.
Old school Panther fans said fans are so disheartened they're looking for anything to make them feel like things can change.
Yes.
Okay,
Hey, but Tony,
I get it.
but you know what? But you know what too though? Everybody that had an inkling of doubt about Bryce Young, it's almost like they're getting a kick out of. I was right. See, I told y'all I was right. I was right. That's all I hear. I said this since the preseason. I said this since training camp. I said this. Okay. And like did you also say the offensive line was going to be trash? Did you also say the
Right,
defense can't stop the run? Did you also say
right,
that JC Horn was going to be hurt? Did you also say that
exactly.
they playing chicken with Brian Burns and his contract? You know
Right.
what I mean? Like
Did
it's
you foresee all this happening? Yeah,
yeah. Like
yeah,
this is crazy.
yeah.
Like, hold on. Did you foresee every player that we've signed, to the practice squad or whatever, going injured reserve? I ain't never seen so many players signed to the damn practice squad and don't even get a chance to make it on the damn practice squad. We signing players and they going injured reserve a day and a half later. It's almost like they got to Carolina and was like, shit, this really is bad. Let me pop a calf real quick. I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to a comment that you mentioned real quick. Let me read these comments. Brock
Mm-hmm.
Jones said, "For continuity and Bruce's sake, we probably should give Fitz and Frank one more year. Then, if needed, fire them both." I'm with you on that one, Rock. I'm with you on that one. I agree
Mm-hmm.
100%. Let's see, Cameron Duckett. We in trouble. Glad I got here on time. Nah, yeah,
Yeah.
you right on time, dog.
Yeah,
You
man.
right on time. See,
Mhm.
Elizabeth Lasher said, praying for your health, CJ. She praying for
Hey,
you, my boy.
appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Dr. McNeil said, so true, CJ. I don't know
Mhm.
what you said that was true, but that was she said.
But I was speaking facts. Damn it.
Oh, okay. Cameron Duckett said, I would like to see us beat the Cowboys, but I know we probably
Woo!
not gonna
Oh,
do that. Cameron, don't open that can of worms. We're not gonna do that. Not
hey,
no, no.
Dallas
We
likes to bring the heat. They like to bring the
listen.
heat. Can you
I
imagine
don't even, no, I don't want to imagine. I
Icky
just
and,
get
and,
to
and
say that.
Michael Parsons?
I don't want to imagine.
Oh,
I just said I don't want to imagine that. Here you
you ain't
go.
got you ain't got no choice. You ain't got no choice. When you go to sleep at night, you're gonna see number 11 come around the corner. It can be like, shit, he fast. That's all you gonna see.
Cameron Duckett said when CJ Henderson got hurt, I was not mad because he got served every week. But you know what? I have to kind of disagree on that, uh, Cameron. The past few weeks, I mean, this season, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, he has played better football at any point in his career so far. This is his fourth year in the league, fourth or fifth year in the league. And to me, this is the best ball that he has played so far, since especially since being with the Panthers. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean he's no JC Horn, don't get me wrong. But
Not even
he
Dante.
definitely was he definitely was looking better than what he was looking like last year. See,
Yeah.
Elizabeth said, I am honestly, I am concerned for Bryce's health come next Sunday. If Colts got 6 sacks, how many sacks Dallas going to get? I'm not going
Woo.
to put that out in the ether, Elizabeth. All I can say is I just think the game is going to be ugly.
Mhm.
The game is going to be ugly. Yeah,
Didn't
the game
didn't
is going to
Khalil
be
Mack
ugly.
get 6 sacks by himself earlier this season against somebody?
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, he did.
yeah. It
Yeah,
might be. I hate to say it, but it might be a repeat performance. You never know.
True, Dr. McNeil said, true about all the naysayers want to say, told you so. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, they
you're
getting their rocks
absolutely
off
right.
because they were right.
They better put Taylor Moton on Michael Parsons and not Icky because it's over. It's over either one of them. It don't even
Yeah,
matter.
because he
It's
comes from both sides.
from both sides. Do you think
Mhm.
this offense can be adapted to finish the year out on a strong note? I don't know. I don't know. And like I said, and I say it again, if the offensive line can't get their mind right, it doesn't matter. Because if you don't give Bryce time to throw the ball, if you don't give Bryce the opportunity to feel comfortable in the pocket to deliver the ball, it won't matter. It just won't
Mhm.
matter. It just won't
Yeah.
matter. And
Well,
go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, old school Panther fan. I think it could. I really do think it could be adapted to finish the year strong, but it's got to start with Frank and Thomas Brown and this offensive staff. Okay, and when I say that, I've been preaching this for years, and we've only been doing this podcast since last season, but I've said this for years, going back talking to my friends and stuff. The Panthers as a franchise, it seems like they do not know how to make adjustments. Okay, I am not I am not an expert in any way of plays and schemes and things of that nature, but from a fan, from my perspective, it seems like if the Panthers go out and do something and it works and nobody's able to stop them, hey, that's great. But as soon as teams kind of pick up on what's going on, you see this week after week after week. Defenses are playing zone and they are squatting on routes. Okay. They have no fear of the Panthers deep going down the field deep. Like I said, DJ Chark was basically our only real deep threat. He didn't play Thursday night. Um, and when you look at the tape, they make it real easy because, like I said, they send 4 receivers out and they all do comeback routes and they're all sitting around waiting for the ball.
Yeah.
So then that's what I mean about. Sorry, I hit my microphone. That's what I mean about by adjustments. Okay, if they can go in and adjust the play call and adjust the scheme, something like it's got to be something built into this scheme where they're able to move left or right depending on which direction the game is going or which direction the team is going. It's almost like they are stuck in a tunnel right now. They're stuck in a tunnel that's shoulder width. Okay, and when I say shoulder width, they're stuck in a tunnel that's as wide as the left guard to the right guard, and they have no room for adjustments, like nothing, like
Well,
anything.
mm,
And
yeah.
and, and I say that, Tony, because you know if one thing is not going right, like my thing is if Bryce Young is stepping back, okay, and they're calling these same plays, and Bryce Young is 3-step drop, he's ready to throw the ball, and nobody's open, everybody's still in they running their routes haven't broke yet, then you need to start calling different type of plays. You need to put some adjustments or something, something in the scheme. You going out there and you're balling up a paper towel, you're throwing it at a tree and hoping that you can knock the tree over. It's not gonna happen.
Well, my thing is with the scheme, with that part of it is if they had something like if they had a plan B or plan C when it comes to making those type of adjustments with the scheme that you're talking about, I think we would have already seen it.
Mm-hmm.
We would have already seen it because you can't be this bad at the halfway point in the season and not have tried everything in your arsenal to make things better. So,
Yeah.
like I said, in order for your scheme to work, whatever scheme you want to run, if you want to be a downhill run team, inside zone, outside zone, spread offense, whatever your scheme that you want to run, you got to have an offensive line that can do what they need to do, whether it's run blocking or pass blocking. And right
Mm-hmm.
now, our offensive line can't do that. But Rock Jones brought up a very good comment, and I'm glad you have
Trash,
led me down this rabbit hole. I
trash
appreciate you, Rock
Throckmorton.
Jones. He said, "Dude, they have to give someone else a chance at left guard. Trash Morton has been benched in my humble opinion." You know what,
Yeah.
Rock Jones? I agree 110% with you. And y'all may think I'm crazy, but I am calling
Oh God.
on the Deontay Brown free cornbread, whatever you want to call it.
Campaign.
I'm calling on, yeah, campaign to start right now. Here's why. Honestly, this is the God honest truth. You have tried everything and everybody just about at that left guard position. You tried K Mays at left guard and right guard. He didn't work out. You tried Chandler Zavala. He wasn't working out. Then he got hurt, and you haven't heard from him since. Now you got Calvin Throckmorton, who was playing right guard until Austin Corbett came back, made the switch to left guard, and he looks worse playing left guard than he did at right guard. So
Mm-hmm.
now, only people that you left with is Nash Jensen, uh, the Renzo, whatever his name is, and Deontay Brown. Now you know how I feel about Deontay Brown. I've been a big proponent of his, beating the drum for him. The man has came in, lost the weight, got in shape. He needs his opportunity because at this point in time, this season, in my opinion, is already lost. There's no coming back to finish 500, and I'm just going off of what we have seen thus far. I could be 100% wrong, but from what I've seen so far, there's nothing that gives me any hope that Carolina is going to turn this around this year. So with that being the case, why not see what you have with who you have? Right now would be a good time to get Deontay Brown and some of these other guys some game reps. That's just my opinion. Free cornbread campaign has officially started. I honestly believe once he get into the lineup, he will be there, and you would be hard pressed to move him. But appreciate that, Rock. You right on time, my boy. Elizabeth
Well, hey,
says since Bryce is
you
out.
need a sip of water, Deacon Brian. I wish I had some church music to play right now, like some organ.
Elizabeth says since Bryce is our future QB and this O line is trash, why not protect Bryce and have him sit the rest of the year? That's a good point. That's a good point, and that is something I'm sure they have thought about, or something that they're kicking the can around the room about. But also, the best way for a rookie to learn is game experience. So you already got him out there. I mean, I know it's a 50-50 type of thing. Running the risk of him being injured or whatnot, but at the same time, you don't know until it happens, and until that time, I think they're going to keep going this route and let him get that game experience. But I feel you, and I kind of agree with you on that as well. Cameron Duncan
Mhm.
said, "Icky, the reason Bryce gets sacked so much, and Calvin too." I can say Icky. I can say Icky was at fault the first 4 or 5 games. He was at fault a lot, but in the Chicago game, he didn't give up a sack. He didn't give up a sack. The past 2 or 3 weeks, Bradley Bozeman and Throckmorton have been
Speak
getting
on
beat
it.
to death. They
Hey,
have been
I was
getting
just
beat.
about to say that. Bradley
They have
Bozeman.
been getting beat to death. And again, I am a big fan of Bradley Bozeman. I loved it when we signed him when he came from Baltimore. We was wondering how we were able to sign him so cheap when he got paid this offseason. We was glad he got paid. I still feel like he's a very good center for us. I don't know what has happened this year, but he looks like he has regressed right along with Icky. The
Mhm.
strongest point on the offensive line for us last year was the center position with Bradley Bozeman. Now
Mm-hmm.
the center, from the center to the left tackle, seemed like the weakest position on the line. And the past 2 or 3 weeks, Throckmorton, number 76, and Bradley Bozeman have been crazy. Being crazy.
Yep.
I can't tell you if you go back and look at the Colts all 22, how many times Throckmorton and Bozeman had a defensive lineman double team, and
And got beat.
penetrate the he was able to penetrate both of them and get the sack. I'm
Yep.
sitting here like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Y'all gotta be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really gotta be kidding me. So again, it all goes back to everything that people want to say about Bryce Young and this and that. You gotta start with the offensive line up front. Nobody wants to speak on it because it ain't a subject. It's not a hot topic or whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
with football, no matter who you are at quarterback, look what Tom Brady, or how Tom Brady was his last year in New England, and one of the reasons why he got the hell up out of there. They had a sorry offensive line.
Look at last year in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and last year in Tampa Bay, he went to where he could implement his scheme. They had an offensive line to protect him, and you saw the results.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make no difference who you are. If you don't have an offensive line in front of you, you will not be successful, and your offense can't get done what it needs to get done.
Yeah. He said the left guard, left tackle have to be replaced. So we good on the right side. Well, I kind of agree with that. Now, mind you, Icky was a first round draft pick. He ain't going nowhere. At most, at the very most, somebody would have to come in and seriously outplay Icky, and they put him on the bench. Okay.
Right?
Now
They
the
too
left guard,
invested. They're too
yeah,
invested in
too
that.
invested. Yeah. Now left guard, yeah, they need to figure something out. That right side is not completely clear of any blame because there are plays where Taylor Moton is got their work this year too. So
Yes,
he's not completely clear of blame, but I do agree. Now mind you, okay, now mind you, when it comes to running plays now. I wish to God they would run behind Icky more often because if you look at some of these running plays, Icky is pushing his man 3-4 yards
yes,
down the damn field,
yes,
and then they're running the
yes.
other way. The whole right side offensive line is collapsed in the backfield. Case in point, and I'm gonna show this here in a little bit. Case in point, Thursday night, that 3rd down and 1 late in the game, where Chuba Hubbard didn't get the first down. He ran right into the back of Bozeman, Corbett, and Taylor Moton. Didn't get anything. Icky and damn Tommy Tremble had their men, 3 yards down the field. Now there was a linebacker. If Chuba Hubbard would have cut back, there was a linebacker there, but he may have been able to take on that linebacker. He may have been able to run him over and get that yard, or he may have been able to make a move, get past him, and just get enough. But yeah, Icky and Tremble would shit. They had their man 3 yards down the field, and the whole right
Yeah.
side of that line was behind the line of scrimmage, just getting stuck.
Cameron Duncan said, "I would rather see K Mays start." Well, we already seen that, and
Yeah,
that picture didn't look too good. Let's see, what's the next one? Bozeman has also been playing like a backup. Yep, I
facts,
can't disagree with you on that one, Rock. That's facts.
facts.
So yes, Bozeman need to be more quicker after he snapped the ball off. Yeah, that's true. You know what? Last year I did a player spotlight every week, and one of my player spotlights was on Bradley Bozeman. And the one knock that I had against Bradley Bozeman, even though he's a big guy, 6'5", 325, he doesn't have enough bend. He's stiff. Okay. So when you don't have a bend like that, it's hard to anchor your base.
Mm,
He had a play against the Colts Sunday where they ran a T and E, what they call a tight end. I mean a tackle end stunt, where the tackle attacks the outside shoulder of the guard, and the end loops around to the inside. Right? They did it. They ran the game on our right offensive line, so they left side of the defense. Bozeman didn't have anyone directly over center on him, so he had his left hand out helping Throckmorton with defensive tackle. What he should have done and what he didn't do was have his head on the swivel, looking back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Looking left to right, left to right. As soon as he turned his head to the right, that defensive tackle was right there and he roached him. And if you ever seen a roach on his back,
Oh,
will
yeah.
kick, yeah, yeah, kicking his feet and his legs up. That's what that defensive tackle did to Bozeman and got the sack.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
he
happened
needs,
Thursday.
yeah, that's one of the things. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. The NFL is a copycat league.
Thank you.
That all it takes is for the defense to see what your weakness is and what has been successful against your weakness, and then they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like our defense, our weakness has been the run game up the middle. Where every week everybody runs the ball up the middle because they see it being successfully done week in and week out by other teams. So what they're going to do, they're going to do what the other 7, 8 teams before them did
Mm-hmm.
to be successful against you. So
Yep.
that is what we're seeing week in and week out. And until you do something about that, you're going to continuously get beat that way.
Hey, and Tony,
I don't know no other way to put it.
and it's been clearly evident since the Texas game, the Texans game. Well, are we talking about the stunts? They'll line their defensive line up wide, and they are doing the exact same play, just like you said. The tight ends are stunting across the tackles, and they coming in to Bozeman, and Bozeman is looking like, "What in God's name am I supposed to do?" And
Yeah,
then some of them defensive ends are coming through with enough momentum, and they are pushing him on his ass. I've seen him get ran over several times. Several
yeah,
times. But like you said,
yeah,
he's helping somebody, and it's always like he picks the wrong side to help on, because if he's helping over to his left, somebody coming from the right. If he's helping over to his right, somebody's coming from his left. And and I'm not going to say that that's totally his fault. It's just like it seems like that happens all the time. But that's something that they have to work on as an offense and as an offensive line group on how to pick up and be able to work with that, because like you said, the same thing is killing them week after week after week. The exact same lineup.
so I had to put most of this on the player, and I say that because this is the NFL. This is the highest level. You're getting paid millions to do this job, right? You've been playing this game all your life. A lot of them
Mhm.
have been playing the same position. And it's when you talk about the offensive line, that's basic offensive lineman mechanics, especially
Yeah.
from the center position. If you don't have a nose guard lined up directly over you or on your outside left or right shoulder, meaning in the A gap, your duty is to help either the left guard or the right guard, but also at the same time keep your head on the swivel on a swivel. You're supposed to move your head left and right and see what may be coming. Because a linebacker could be coming on a delayed blitz. You could
Mhm.
get that T&E stunt where the end comes around the defensive tackle and and shoots up the middle. So you just have to be held responsible for that. You have to
Mhm.
know those things. These are things that you just don't learn just because we're running this particular scheme. That's offensive lineman 101. I know that, and
Mhm.
I never played offensive line a day in my life, but I know that, right? That you are supposed to have your head on a swivel.
Mhm.
And lately, he haven't had his head on a swivel. And when he does turn his head around, it's too late. He getting killed.
Yep.
So cha one. I think you're right. The season is a loss. So play the rookies and try something different, some different things on offense. I agree with that. I agree with that. Rock Jones, ISM needs to be running deep go routes to open up the passing game since they like to throw short all the time. No one respects our receivers or offensive line. Team running four-man pass rushers only.
Yep.
Yeah, but you kind of answered your own question on that. On Well, not really answered your own question, but let me ask you this: you can say that, and that sounds good, but if the offensive line is not giving Bryce the protection that he needs to to connect with a wide receiver running a go route or deep downfield, a post or
He
whatever,
gonna
what
have time
have
to
you,
make the throw.
but he don't have time to make the throw. That's the whole thing. And I get that we want to see these big plays. I want to see big plays too. But I also understand in order for us to see those big plays, the offensive line has to do their job. They have to give
Mhm.
this man the time to connect on these deep balls. They had a stat up from the game. I think it was either against the Colts or Chicago, when it said when Bryce Young is not under pressure, he was completing 80% of his passes. Under
Mhm.
pressure, he was only completing like 43%. So the proof is in the pudding. When you give him time to throw the ball, he can throw the ball accurately with
Mhm.
anticipation, short, intermediate, or deep.
Yeah.
He can do all those things. We just are not giving him the time on a consistent basis needed to do what he needs to do.
But now
Period.
I will I'm gonna jump in with Rock Jones on this one too, because when he does get time, nothing like what he's saying is in those plays. Okay. Now I kind
Mhm.
of agree with him on this one. Throw him in there. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. Because it's like when Bryce has time to throw, and you got these same static ass plays where they're going around and you got five wide receivers going 15 yards down the field, doing comeback routes. And Bryce is in
But
his drop, and he's ready to throw the ball, and ain't nobody, nobody's out of their route yet. And I agree with you, Tony. I agree. If he doesn't have time to throw the ball, it's not going to make a difference. But what I'm saying is, still, I would like to see this implemented a lot more in the rare instance, that seems like this season that he does have time to throw the ball. There may be a case where there's
but you
there's a play, there's a play to be made.
but you have to have that consist you have to be comfortable enough with the play calling and with the blocking to believe that it's going to give your quarterback time to make those plays and give you the comfort level to even call
Mhm,
those plays. When your quarterback is constantly getting harassed, constantly getting hit, constantly getting sacked, you will be a fool. You will be the worst coordinator in history to dial up some damn deep plays when your offensive line can't protect your quarterback. You
yeah,
asking to get your quarterback killed.
but
You
in the off
basically
season,
are
the chance
signing his
that they do.
obituary.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, there have been plays where Bryce Young has had time to actually throw the ball and make a play. And like you said, when he has time to throw the ball, he's complete 80% of his passes. And like Rock Jones
Right.
said, if there is a deep threat, somebody we can put in there that can take the top off the defense, I'm not saying that every single time he's out there and he's running a route that is going to be available and Bryce Young should hit him. But the thing is, something you don't know unless you try. Sometimes I'd rather see them try some different things sometimes, because what do we got to lose now? What do we got to lose now? He ain't getting
You
protected.
you run the risk of losing your quarterback if you want to just throw
We
deep
running that
balls. Say,
risk
you know what?
already. We run that risk already. That's what I'm saying, Tony. We running that risk already. He's getting lit up on the same plays now. He's getting lit up by 4 defensive linemen that his offensive line can't block, and they're sitting there, and he's holding the ball, waiting on these wide receivers to go down the field and run these 15, 10-yard comeback routes, and they can't get no separation. The damn linebackers are squatting in the bottom of the zone. The defensive backs are in the wide receivers' hip pockets when they turn around. So I mean,
So all that what you just said,
mhm,
let me ask you this. Do you think that we have a wide receiver on the roster right now, whether he's a starter, on the bench, or on the practice squad? Do you think
mhm.
we have a receiver right now that can come in and help change that? Do we have a receiver on the roster right now that can threaten the defense so much on a consistent basis that it would back these safeties up, back these corners up, would slow down the rush or anything like that to allow Bryce to complete these passes? And I asked that question because in the Chicago game, when they did give him time, he
Mhm.
completed that 43, 44-yard pass to Michael
Yeah.
Strong. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He made that great throw. Great
Mhm.
throw the anticipation right on the money. He had time to throw that ball, make that play. At
Mhm.
um what other point in the game did he have that much time to throw the ball? So all I'm saying is you have to have consistent time to even make someone want to attempt to throw that ball. You know what I'm
And and
saying?
and I understand
One,
that. And before we got on here, I sat back and I went through that all 22 and recorded damn near every offensive play before I chopped it up. That
mhm,
wasn't the only play that Bryce Young had time to sit back and throw the ball. Now, it's not consistent. Okay, it's not consistent. But what I'm saying is, you asked the question: do we have a wide receiver on the roster? Hell, we're not going to know because they're not going to try. That's all I'm saying. You you you
mhm.
you got you got to try, bro.
So
You got to
so
try.
what you saying right now, just basically, just throw it all to the wind to see what sticks on. Just throw it all up against the
No, I'm
wall,
no,
see
no,
what
no,
sticks.
no. I think what you're trying to say is throw shit against the wall and see if it sticks. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying all that. But I would also like to see the Panthers try. Okay, I want to see them try. They're going out there week after week. Like I said, it seems like this damn playbook is 15 plays long, and 11 of them are a variation of the same damn play. You know,
Right.
they gotta do something different. They gotta do something different. They gotta try something. You know, when you get to the point where the defense is like they not gonna do this shit no more. You know, we good where we at. All we gonna do, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna play this zone, we're gonna keep everything in front of us. We're not worried about them going deep because they ain't going, they only did it once. I'm sorry, they did it twice. They did throw that deep ball to Mingo. Now, and
Right.
I think that was a combination of Bryce may have overthrew him a little bit, but I don't think Mingo really knew where that damn ball was at either. I don't think he was tracking that
Yeah, I
ball.
went back. I saw that play on all 22, and it was a combination of he didn't track the ball properly, and even though there was a little hand fighting or whatever between him and the cornerback on that route, he did he came out his break with good speed, and then it's like he slowed down a little bit, and then
Mm-hmm.
he tried to pick up speed again at the last moment. And
Mm-hmm.
when he looked up at the same time when he tried to pick back up speed, but by that time the ball was late. And I think what it is, some of these receivers aren't used to playing with a quarterback with that throws with great anticipation. Because it was a good
Telling you.
throw.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce put the ball right on his out, over his head on the outside shoulder where it should have been. If he was running full speed, he would have ran right up under it. He had the sideline. He
Mm-hmm.
got out of his break. He got to he got the outside of the corner. He didn't get pushed to the sideline, so he still had some room between him and the sideline. And all he had to do was just keep his speed and just fade over to the right a little bit, and he would have caught it. In my opinion.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man.
that was just yeah, that was just a bad play. Elizabeth Lasseter says, mind-boggling how bad our O line has regressed. Facts.
Mhm.
I can't do nothing but agree with you on that one, Elizabeth.
Yep.
Cameron Duck said it can play like a fifth rounder. I can't. Hey, it ain't looking good. I can tell you that. It can.
Nah, it's not.
I tell you that. Let's see here. Old school Panther fan said play calling has no salt. Bryce appears to be showing the effects of poor O-line play. You can't ask a QB to run for his life every game without him getting nervous. Facts. That is big facts. Go ahead, CJ.
Oh, no, I agree.
Oh,
I agree. I absolutely agree, man. No salt,
you
none
know,
whatsoever.
I want to touch on something real quick. Everybody was talking. Everybody is talking about. Did the Panthers make a mistake in the draft? Do the Panthers regret? Drafting Bryce Young and not C.J. Stroud? Do the Panthers yada 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 yada? My thing is, yes, C.J. Stroud is having a good season. I give him that.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to talk about what C.J. Stroud did against the Buccaneers: 470 plus yards, 5 touchdowns. Okay, that's good. That's cool. That's great. But let's talk about what he did the week before when he played the Panthers: 140 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but no touchdowns as well.
Mhm.
Like a lot of people sit and act like he just been putting up astronomical numbers every game all season. He hasn't. He's having a good season, better season than most rookies have. Give him that. Me and CJ, we both wanted CJ Stroud. That's who we
Mhm.
wanted. But we also said we couldn't go wrong either way.
Yeah.
Bryce Young is a quarterback. That's who we're gonna ride with. I don't concern myself with what CJ Stroud is doing. I'm not a Houston Texans fan. That's not on my radar. The Texans are not on my radar. Bryce Young is our quarterback, and that's what it is. But let me ask people this: if CJ Stroud wasn't having such a great year, will we still, or will people still be saying or asking these same questions? Will they still be saying that the Panthers made a mistake, or the Panthers took the wrong quarterback, or do the Panthers regret doing this and doing that? I don't think so. I don't think
You
so.
know what? Imma say they would, because you got people out there now are talking about the Panthers shoulda took Will Levis. Panthers should took Anthony Richardson. Will Levis played, he's had 2 decent games, and I think he won 1 and lost 1 or whatever. But,
Yeah.
my thing is I'm happy for CJ Stroud, and I say this as a black man, I'm always rooting for the black quarterback. I don't you know what I mean? I always root for him to succeed. And shit, I even got CJ Stroud on one of my fantasy teams. So I do keep up with him, and I'm glad he's doing good. But what people don't realize is that is an entirely different organization. Okay, they have an entirely different GM. All right, they have a different coach. They have a different offensive coordinator. They have a different offensive scheme. Right, they have a different
Right.
roster. Okay, you cannot compare the two. You can't. Anybody that's comparing the two and saying, "Oh, I got into it with somebody on Facebook a few days ago," and I was like, "So you're gonna sit here and tell me that with Carolina's roster, the way it's set up right now, CJ Stroud is plug and play, and he would just be coming in and lighting everything up, and Bryce Young would just look, and we'd be like, oh, okay, well, we certainly did pick the wrong quarterback." And they replied, they was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I can absolutely guarantee that." And I'm like, "You stupid." Like that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Okay? And it's
Yeah,
just and
exactly.
the fact that we traded up, okay, and we traded our first round pick next year, and like you said, and we took Bryce Young, and then CJ Stroud was the second pick, and that's all anybody wants to see. They have blinders on, and it stops with CJ Stroud. That's all they want to hear. That's all they want to hear. If CJ Stroud is doing good, then we messed up. You know,
Yeah,
nothing else matter. No other player on the roster matters. See, if you let everybody tell it, CJ Stroud is out there hiking the ball to himself, throwing the ball, running down the field, catching the damn ball, running in the end zone. He's kicking extra points. He's doing kickoffs. He's playing damn defense. I mean, he runs to the sideline. He calls the plays. He's in the concession stand. He's giving out hot dogs. He's selling tickets. I mean, you know what I mean? You let everybody tell it. CJ Stroud is the entire Houston Texans organization. He's out there balling by himself. And then you get Panther fans who act like Bryce is out there playing in the same role by himself and he's screwing up everything by himself.
right.
That's the crap that really pisses me off.
Yeah, I I ain't got nothing to say on that one. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
man.
said, I think the bigger issue is we had no weapons or O line for a rookie quarterback to succeed. You know what, Elizabeth? I can't even argue with that. I have to 110% agree with you on that because I remember there was a conversation and CJ and I we did a video on this about who would be wide receiver one, and I think the video before that, a reporter from PFF made a comment and said that the Panthers have one of the or
The
have
worst.
the worst wide receiver room roster, the worst wide receiver roster in the league.
Mhm.
And I got mad. I was like, this dude don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm
Same
saying? He
here.
crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like our wide receiver room gonna be all right. We got such and such, such and such. But you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong. That young man was right. I don't know his name. Don't even care to remember. But he was right. And like I said, it's hard to argue with the shit that's being put on tape.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue with that. Men lie, women lie, tape and number don't.
Yeah.
That's just the facts. You are what you put on tape. And what they have put on tape thus far is how you said, cuz dumpster trash, garbage juice,
Garbage juice trash.
garbage juice.
Yes. Yep. Garbage juice trash. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but the one bright spot out of the wide receiver room, and I did, we call this. I try to tell people Adam Thielen was going to be our wide receiver one. Then you hear
Yep.
people say, well, he ain't no real wide receiver one. Well, he's wide receiver one for the Carolina Panthers. He may not be wide receiver one for the Cowboys. He may not be wide receiver one in Minnesota, wherever else. Right now in the Carolina Panthers, Adam Thielen is wide receiver one, and there's not even a close number two.
Yeah.
Period.
Because I ain't gonna lie, when we made that video, I had high hopes for DJ Chark. I think I had higher hopes for Terrace Marshall. Because I remember saying that if the Thielen would probably be wide receiver one going into the season, but I felt like Terrace Marshall might step up and take that role as the season went on. And boy, let me tell you, when I say I was dead wrong, dead wrong. Now, mind you,
Yeah.
I still think Terrace Marshall Jr. has talent, but it is just this season is not shown up anywhere whatsoever at all. So yeah.
Yeah. You're right. You're right about that. You
Mm,
are right
it
about that.
it's just been it's just been a total train wreck, man. It's just been a total utter train wreck.
So let's move forward, man. You want to get into those clips that you got saved for us?
Yeah, give me here.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you just getting in here, we appreciate it. We know there's some good college football games on right now, but we're glad that you are joining in on the live with us.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So now this is just a few clips that I put together, off the all 22. And for everybody out there who's saying that that Bryce Young is not it, okay? I want to let you know he is not completely um clear of any fault. And I got a few plays here that I want to show you. Okay, now this was, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first part of the game. I can't remember if this was the first drive or the second drive. I think it was the first drive.
Before you start, go back to the beginning. I want just start the playback. I want you to see something from the look at the defense from
Mhm.
the defensive line to the second level back to the safeties. They're all within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Damn sure.
10
Damn
yards
sure. They not
of
worried
the line
about
of scrimmage.
nobody going deep.
Nothing. Go ahead, continue. I just want to point that out.
Mhm. Okay. Now, reason why I brought this play here. Okay. Now, this is not the typical play that Panthers have been running this whole season. All right. You got Terrace Marshall here. Now, mind you, Bryce Young does have a defensive lineman barreling down on him because Tommy Tremble was blocking him. Okay, and I think he was trying to block. He was going to shed, and he was turning around to see if he might get the ball. But Marshall is wide open. Okay, and Bryce does miss him. All right, let this play run again and go in motion. Cause he does now. He doesn't get his feet completely set. I think he got his shoulder squared up enough. But yeah, Bryce Young missed him. He completely missed him. He overthrew him. All right, and then take a look at it from this angle. Same thing. You see Tommy Tremble right here. Tommy Tremble's trying to hold number 98. So he turns around. See if Bryce is going to throw him the ball. Now run this back. Like I said, now he has a man in his face, but he's turned around.
Stop.
He
Don't
sees
don't
Marshall.
don't don't. don't whoa, whoa, whoa. Go back. Go. I want. I, was, I want no right there. Stop right there.
Mhm.
Look at 76. Look at Throckmorton.
Look at the
So, somebody
yeah.
tell me. Somebody tell me what in the Sam Wilson's going on right here.
Yo, you know what? I didn't even pay that attention. You got Taylor Moton out here blocking. There are 4 players sitting here around number 99. I don't know who that is. That Mingo? Hold on. Play that again.
Oh my god.
That's uh um Blackshear. How? How in the hell? How in the hell? It's the type of stuff we talking about. Look at that. Blackshear comes in and gets the damn block on trying to block number 99. Yo, this is what we talk about when we say this shit show is a shit show. But yeah, but going back to Bryce, I think he did get squared up enough, and he missed the ball. He just overthrew him. And I want to say this is very next play, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all forgive me because I was really scrambling to put this together right before we went live.
But okay, stop right there. Stop it right there. Go back to where um Miles Sanders was out wide.
All right.
Typically, typically either when a man go in motion, somebody goes with him. And that's an indicator to you to let you know whether they playing man or they in zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch what happens when Miles Sanders goes in the backfield and look at the defense. Go ahead. Nothing.
Yeah, it
Nothing.
pretty much the safety just goes back to his position.
Nothing.
Okay, now this is one of those plays I was talking about. Now you let this play. Bryce hikes the ball. Now, okay, you got Thielen, I think it's Marshall and Mingo. All right. Now they all running routes. They all sitting down, comebacks. They have all this covered up. The Bears are just sitting on all this. Now it looks like his first read, he was reading the field from right to left. Okay. Now, if you look at Hayden Hurst coming across here, if he was looking at Hayden Hurst right now, I think he could have made this throw, got Hayden Hurst the ball, and he may have been able to get a
How?
first down. Hmm?
How? Hayden Hurst is not even looking back at anything. He's looking at the sidelines.
I
He
I understand that, but I'm just saying though. See right there, he. You see what I'm saying? He they got these routes down here. They got all look at the Bears. They have all this covered up. And like I was saying, I think his read was from right to left. So by the time he got back over here to Hayden Hurst, it was too late. And I think he just chucked it away because if this would have been the Colts game and he's trying to still make that play, I think that would have been a pick six going back the other way.
Yep.
Because
And
he
he
would he
probably
would
threw it away too to save himself from getting sacked.
that as well.
Yeah.
That as well.
Yeah. Which is a good decision. I'd rather see him throw the ball away, throw it in the
Mhm.
dirt, than take an unnecessary sack and lose yardage on top of that, and or possibly throw a pick six or interception or anything. You always try to live to see another down. That's it.
Oh yeah. Got another play here. Bingo in motion. And this was the play to Braun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Braun, Strong. My bad.
Yeah.
I said that wrong.
Michael
That was
Strong.
Strong. Okay. Now, Bryce gets time. Now, mind you, Icky does get beat, but and this is what we talking about. Bryce throws with great anticipation. He knows where that wide receiver is supposed to be at. He had just enough time to let this ball go. Hit him right in the hands.
Yeah.
Right? And I bring that play up to show or try to explain to people, like we always say, if we give him time, he's an accurate passer. And all this crap about he doesn't have a strong enough arm, I don't understand it.
I don't
I
agree
really
with that
don't. But
whatsoever.
yeah, but he just hasn't had the time, and situationally, he hasn't been able to display it. He has every now and then, but not on a consistent basis. Oh, hold on, wait a minute, Tony. Let me see here. Let me see. Joshua R said Bryce had one long pass show something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul said I can't understand for the life of me why the Panthers never utilize any movements, go in motion with the receivers. They come out and line up and never move until the ball is snapped, mix it up. I mean, they do show a little bit, but it is
But
it's what
lately,
it
no,
is.
I had to agree. I had to agree with Paul on this one. In the past two games, they haven't been running a lot of motions.
Mhm.
They they run motion. They run the orbit motion. That's when the man come in motion, whether it's the slot receiver or running running back, and they go in motion behind the quarterback. A
Yeah.
lot of teams they call that the orbit motion.
Mhm.
But there hasn't been a lot of window dressing. And
Nah,
what I'm thinking is I don't think that the offense that Frank Wright and Thomas Brown feels like the offense is comfortable enough and know enough of the system for them to do a lot of things that they may want to do or trying to do. Because I just
yeah.
don't think the chemistry is there yet. I don't think they have it down pat enough to do the things that they want to do.
Yeah, this is true. Joshua said his feet were set. Yeah, on that long throw they were. And then Paul said, "How you guys doing? It's been a while." Hey man, we doing good, man. It has been a while. It has been a while. We ain't talked to you in a minute, man. Hope everything is
Yeah, good
okay.
to
Hope
see
you
you,
live life
Paul.
doing good. All right. Now back to the clip here. Say this is when we got that first field goal, and I bring this up because this has been our Achilles heel for most of the season. There have been times when the Panthers have been able to get down the field, get in the red zone, and then it's just like they run into a brick wall. That brick wall is 40, 50 feet high, and it's the width of the field. And we have not been able to break through that brick wall yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on this play here, it looked like he was looking at Trimble the entire time. All right, now Tony, tell me if I'm wrong. Now, mind you, he does have somebody bearing down on him, but it to me it looks like there was a throw to be made to Terrace Marshall Jr. right here. All right, I'm gonna let this play go through right there. If he would have turned, if he could have turned and saw Terrace Marshall, especially because you got the defender that's on Adam Thielen, his back is turned right now,
Yeah, they
and Marshall
high,
does.
high low on Thielen. Yeah.
And Marshall does have, a little bit of separation, does have his man beat right there. But to me, it looks like Trimble was his first read, and he didn't look anywhere else.
Well, stop. Don't stop. Go take it back a little bit. Right there. No, stop him when Trimmer turned his head. Right there. Now Trimble could have been the first read on that play, but when you look at it, okay, he's looking right at Trimble, right?
Hmm.
And he sees that Trimble is open because he pretty much done create separation from that defensive end. Now, yeah, it's easy to say he could go to Terrace Marshall, who probably would have been his number two. But if his number one is open, you're going to go to your number one. You're not going to skip an open man to go to the next man because you may think you can get the ball downfield, especially at a time right now. You want to hit the open man. You're trying to put your position to keep your team in a position to put points on the board. Now, whether Tommy Tremble scored here or not, you didn't want to run the risk, maybe throwing an interception,
Hmm.
incompletion, or whatever. Hit Tommy Tremble and put it in your athletes' hands and let them make plays for you. That's his job right now at this point in time. Put it in your athletes' hands and allow them to make the plays for you. Don't try to make the plays yourself.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. But yeah, I mean,
Now,
he does hit him.
I do think Bryce held on the ball for maybe a split second longer. Look at the distance between Bryce and that defensive tackle. Tommy
Yeah,
Trimmer's already gaining separation. If
he
he
should
would
let it go
just
right there.
stop, yeah, he could just stop, set his feet right there, and gave it to Tommy Tremble, and probably could have got a few more yards. But by the time he get the ball to Tommy Tremble, that linebacker had already gained ground on Tommy Tremble and stopped him as soon as he caught the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he 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 didn't really give him any time to catch the ball.
And this is the rear view from that play.
Yeah.
All right, and I think this is third down. And nothing. 'Cause I mean, the safety came, he was cheating down. He came down and made the play.
Yeah.
I will say one thing:
Yeah.
the Bears damn sure were tackling. Okay, that might
Oh
have been
yeah,
a
ain't no
safety
doubt
there.
about it.
And on this play, just looks like everybody was covered up.
Yeah. Because
Everyone
you
was.
you may you may you may think Terrence Marshall's open, but he's not open. You may
Yeah, he got
think
old.
that no, yeah, he not open because he got a linebacker underneath and a safety over top. That safety is squatting right there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Adam Thielen, same thing. He got a man underneath, safety over top, and he got a corner playing the deep can't get my words out. But yeah, he's bracketed. He's
Mm-hmm.
bracketed pretty much.
Yeah,
Who this
Black.
Black Shield?
Yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
not gonna be far enough to get the first because the first down is at the 4-yard line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, nobody is open really.
Mm-hmm. All right, and this will start with
Mingo
another drive.
Mingo looked a shell of himself. He did not look like the guy that I saw against Indianapolis. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was going to be like a turning point for him in his rookie season. He looked like he was comfortable, running good crisp routes and everything. And then to see how he just regressed back to how he's been looking all season long, that was kind of hurtful.
Yeah, I feel you. And I think, and this is the play, if I'm not mistaken, where I was talking about where they had the doubles. No, this isn't it. Okay, so you got. Oh yeah, it is. So you got Icky and Throckmorton taking on a blocker. Got Bozeman and Corbett taking on number 99. Okay, so you got Taylor Moton, who I guess he kind of has to pick whether he wants the
Oh,
linebacker or the other defensive end. And right here in this clip, the defensive end is already past him. If I roll
so
it back
don't
just
don't
a hair.
don't. Okay, I'm about to say, don't hit play right there. Start right
Hmm.
there. Go back up a little bit. And this goes back to what you was talking about earlier. Why Bozeman is always helping Throckmorton. Do it. Okay, just move it just right. Start right there.
Oh my bad. Hold on.
Right there.
Hmm.
Bradley Bozeman has nobody. Right.
Hmm.
Look what 99 is. Look how he's playing off the left shoulder with Corbett. Corbett probably thinking Bozeman should have picked up 99. Now,
Hmm.
by Bozeman trying to reach from 99, here comes the other defensive tackle. What is Taylor Moton going to do at that point? Like you said, he
Hmm.
because what they're taught is you always take the inside man,
Yeah.
always take the inside man. But I don't think again 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive linemen, 5 offensive linemen, and we can't pick it up.
Yeah. But
That's
I mean,
that's
but look, but look at the coverage. I mean, they're just they're squatting on everything.
Bryce is already set, and nobody has their head turned around. Nobody is breaking out of their route. They're
Mm-mm.
just getting into their routes.
Yep. They're just getting into their routes, and then whoever I can't see his number. Whoever the defensive end is about to get in the Bryce's chest here in a second.
I think that
And
was
the, and
Sweat.
the
That
Yeah,
was
and the
Sweat.
crazy
Montez
thing is though,
Sweat.
I've seen this call as roughing the passer plenty of time. I have seen them take somebody who swiped their hand across the face of a quarterback, and they call roughing the passer. Look at Bryce here. Look at that. Now
Mm-hmm.
in today's league and how they call plays, am I wrong by thinking that was roughing the passer? Because he damn sure hit him
Did
high.
did he hit him in the head?
Hold on. Because I want to say that I got the other angle off of this too. Yeah. All right. Look at that.
I don't know if he hit him in the head. It looked like he push him in the chest. Well, no, his
I
hand.
his hands are definitely up above his chest. Because if you look, that's Bryce's
Yeah, I
arm
see.
right there. That's his other arm right there. And you see Sweat's arm and look right there in front of his face.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
sorry, but in my opinion, I think that should have been called. Look at this. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let this play because I want to get to the other angle here. Bryce got sacked. But look at our center, Bradley Bozeman, right here. Now we talked about this at depth earlier, okay?
Mm-hmm. Here come the
And
stunt.
again,
Just that
and
stunt.
that yeah, and as you was talking about the tackling in stunts, look how wide
Yeah,
the defensive ends are. Okay, watch what they
yeah.
do.
That's a stunt all day.
Look at Bradley Bozeman. Run the hell over. Run over. And that wasn't quite as egregious as some of the other ones that he's had this year. But Bradley Bozeman has been pushed on his ass time and time and time again.
Something that you did not see last year.
Not at all.
Let me
Jay Issue
get.
said,
Let me get.
"What's up, Jay
Let me
Issue?
get.
How you doing,
Yeah,
bud?"
what it do, JSU? And Paul Mancini said Mingo had no explosion on legs Thursday night. TMJ looked good, I thought, and got open more often, but didn't see the ball his way often enough. He did drop a pass
He
that hit
did.
him right in his hands, and he just dropped it.
Sure
That
did.
he should have completed. I mean, should have caught.
Mhm.
He should have caught it. Let's see. Until the Panthers can establish a legitimate running game, then all the play action plays don't work or fool any defense. No, you're right. And I don't think
Facts.
that's something that Kirk Herbstreit talked about um on ESPN. I think it was either earlier today or yesterday, where he said that they don't run enough play action from under center. You know, every play is from shotgun. When you do that, you're telling the defense that 95% of the time you're going to throw the ball.
Mhm.
You play action is designed to get a little slight hesitation to the defensive line to give yourself time to get set, whether you're doing a 3, 5, or 7 step drop to do what you need to do. If you don't give the defense any looks to get them to think that you may possibly run the ball, they're gonna tee off every time, every
Yep.
single time. Bryce not being under center enough is hurting the run game and our play action passing game. Facts,
Right. Yeah.
big fact.
Now this is another play here. Okay, we'll put this one on Bryce. Bingo coming out of his break, and he didn't hit him enough. He let him a little too much, and that was almost a pick because he had two of these this game where the defender
Mm-hmm.
just dropped him. Okay, so like we say here, two fans in the stands. It's not all on Bryce, but he does make mistakes. He is a rookie quarterback. He does make mistakes, you know, and this is one of them because he had Mingo right here, and that would have been a first down.
But now, do you think I'm kind of iffy on that play because
Mhm.
we can't give Bryce credit and say that he throws with great anticipation and Mingo is not running good crisp he's not running good precise routes. When you combine those two on that play right there, which one
Mhm.
do you think it was more of? Do you think it was more Bryce leading him too far or Mingo not running a more precise route and steady moving?
Um, to be honest with you, I'm still gonna say Bryce led him a little too far on this one
Mm,
because I think hold on right here. I don't think this was a bad route by Mingo. Now Bryce is starting to throw as he's coming out of his break. I think he just led him a little too far.
mm.
And you have another play here with Bryce, and I think this is the one where look at the routes. Look at the routes. Here's the first down marker. Way out here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thielen, Mingo. Can't see who the other guy
You
was.
notice, you notice the safeties don't even feel threatened. They don't even
Mm-mm.
move.
Nah.
The safeties don't even feel threatened.
Mm-mm. Not at all. And then you got the pocket starting to collapse on Bryce a little bit. Now he does get out and he run, but look at this. Look at what he has to throw
Four-man
to.
rush.
Four-man
A
rush.
four-man rush.
4-man rush. Look at the safety. The safety's barely budged on this damn play. They ain't worried about nothing. They are and this is what we've seen all season long is these plays. You know, and I think
But
he did good. He got out the pocket. Only thing he
yeah,
could do, threw the
but
ball away.
but it goes back to what I've been saying. Until we do something with the offensive line, we're going to continue to see plays like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're going to continue to see plays like this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and read that, CJ.
All right, we got Paul. He said Bozeman has never been effective when blocking up. He's best at run blocking, but below average in pass pro. Yeah, you know what? And I guess it was kind of masked a little bit last year because we were a run first team. We were a power running team. And then we ran
That's
off the
fact.
play action. Yeah, we ran off the play action, and then we had receivers that were open because what's the difference between this year and last year? Last year, after Wilkes took over, NFL defenses had to respect our running game. Okay. They
Yeah,
had to respect our running game because we had Foreman and Hubbard who were running, were running downhill and running through holes. Foreman was running people over. Chuba Hubbard
yeah,
hit a
yes, it
hole,
was.
and he was and like we was talking about before we started. Chuba Hubbard is a north-south run. If there's a hole there, he's going to hit that hole and he's gone. Okay, he doesn't have really
Right,
good lateral movement. He's not that cutback runner. Because a lot of these plays, I'll be thinking, I'm like, damn, Hubbard, there was a hole right there. He had to do was cut it back. But like you said, that's not him. He's not that type of back.
right,
You
right.
know.
You're gonna get your best from Chuba Hubbard when
Mm-hmm.
he's running full speed north south. If you ask
Yep.
him to be, hesitant or stop his feet, you're in a world
Mm-hmm.
of trouble because it's like he can't get his feet started. He can't get it started again once he slows his feet down.
Yep. And Paul said no NFL defenses are concerned about the Panthers' run game, so opponents' D line are gunning strictly for Bryce Young. Yeah, yeah, that is the
Facts.
epitome. That is the epitome of that statement when they say they pinning their ears back. Okay, hey, look,
Yeah.
they making this up as aerodynamic as possible, and they are coming. They coming for Bryce
Yes,
Young.
sir.
They ain't got
Yes,
to worry
sir.
about nothing else. And,
No,
and
they
when
ain't
and when they
worried
and when
about
they do
nothing.
run, when they do run, the line of scrimmage gets moved from where it's at least a yard or two in the backfield. And if I'm not mistaken, this is that play. Yeah, there was that third and one. And I mentioned this earlier. Look at Icky and look at Tommy Tremble right here on the left side of the line. And mind you, you got number 53 right here. But I really did think. Now look at Chuba. I said Chubert. Look at Chuba. That's why I put his last name together. But look at Chuba. He's looking dead at the back of Throckmorton right there. If I'm not mistaken, that's Throckmorton. Okay. I do think there's a
Yeah.
cutback lane here. But like we said, he is a north and south runner. That's where that hole is supposed to be. He gonna run right into the back of his offensive lineman. And look at the line of scrimmage was the 18. Okay, because you can see the first down marker right there at the 19. Now look what he's running to. Okay, them 2 or 3 defenders on that right side have that whole side just kind of caved in and stopped.
Yeah. That's what I said. They're at the line that they are. Let me say it like this: Chicago is playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. If you look at that
Mm-hmm.
picture, they are on the other side of that line of scrimmage. There is no movement. There's no space for Chuba Hubbard to get through or to gain. No yards to gain.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nothing. And if he did try to bounce to the left, look at 53 sitting there. He's sitting right
Yeah.
there by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait.
But and I was trying to give Chuba a little bit of credit and say that if he did bounce back, maybe he was, strong enough man to man to try and do something with 53. Maybe he was able to get enough of him to get past that first down marker, or maybe he had enough to put a little bit of move on him. But no,
No, no,
yeah. So
no.
yeah, that was that play. Straight up stopped.
Yeah. So B Amos said he don't even have a run game to set up the pass. That's true.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's true.
Now we look at this play here. Okay, Bryce Young
What up,
steps back
Kenneth?
and he throws to Hayden Hurst. Now I'm gonna let this play go through. Hayden Hurst does get mollywop right there. He drops the ball. Now I let this one play from the rear angle too, because I really do believe Bryce put this the only place he could have. Because if he'd threw it out in front of him, that's going back the other way.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely going back the other way. Now that was a tough throw. That was a tough catch. But at the end of the day, he's a tight end. It's his job to catch the ball. But like I
Yeah.
said, if he would have led him and threw that in front of him, that would have been Kenny Moore all over again, because he probably would have took it straight back to the house.
Yep. You're right.
And then hold on
Let's
and let
read.
me
You read.
let me go back here. And then if you look at all the other routes, look at them. Everybody's going down the field. And I think I get what they're doing here. They got everybody running up, stopping, and Hayden Hurst is supposed to be the one that's coming across the field to get open in this void here in the middle of the field.
Oh,
You know, tell me if I'm wrong.
run. Let the play run. Let me see.
Because he's the only one in this void right here in the middle of the field. Because everybody else ran, they ran past the line of scrim. I'm sorry, ran past the first down marker. But look at all the defenders. They're in everybody's hip pockets.
Right.
Everybody's
Right.
hip pocket except for Hayden Hurst. Like I said, if Bryce would have led him at all, that probably would have went back the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, you know. Hey, incomplete pass is better than a pick six. We learned that last week versus the Colts twice.
All right, pause it right there.
Hmm?
Just read off a couple of these comments.
Right?
What's up, Kenneth? See, Kenneth is in the building. We appreciate you, Kenneth. We have no run or walk or crawl game.
No
Damn,
run, no walk,
gotta
no crawl.
crawl. Paul said the biggest issue with the Panthers offense is Frank Reich's scheme is not a run-centric offense, which the Panthers offensive line was built for. So it's a mismatch at best. You're right. Yeah,
Hmm.
this scheme is not fitting. The offensive line doesn't fit the scheme that they're trying to currently run. I
Yeah.
agree with you on that one. Old school Panther, they said ugly. You can't find a single point of failure, but in order to pass or run, the old line has to be fixed before we can fix anything else. Facts.
Fact.
Big facts. Best
Mm,
statement best statement of the day.
mm.
Rock Jones said Chuba starts his motion with a lean towards Bryce, not going downhill first because Young is not under center. Okay. So Kenneth
Yeah,
53C
free,
free
free meal.
meal. Yes. Hurst has dropped most passes to him. That's facts.
That
I
is.
am
That
completely
is.
I am completely shocked um what we are seeing from Hayden Hurst. I did not expect any of this. It's kind of baffling to me because this is not what I saw from him the past 2 years in Cincinnati, and I
Mm-mm.
thought we were definitely getting an upgrade at the tight end position. But I do remember something that Thomas Davis said 2 or 3 weeks ago. One of the reasons why we're not seeing Hayden Hurst as much as a lot of us thought or even would like is no rock, no block, no rock.
Yeah.
Meaning in his offensive scheme, the tight end not only has to catch the ball, but you have to block as well. And Hayden Hurst, if you pay attention, a lot of times he look like he has no interest in mixing it up with anybody. We know Tommy Trimmer will mix it up with anybody at any given time.
Damn sure
So
will.
that's probably the main reason why he's getting to play right now.
Mm,
Okay.
right.
Paul Mancini for 2024 offensive line. Icky needs to move inside the guard and Brady Christensen to left tackle, and then have Mays battle for center with Zavala the top backup for guard position. We'll see. Anything
Yeah.
is possible, I guess.
Yeah.
Free agent signing Sanders, Hurst, defensive line, Tut have all disappointed big time. Yep,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
absolutely about that. They've been disappointing. And the last comment, Paul, I agree, and don't forget Houston, the no stat producer.
Man.
Yeah,
Yo. Let me tell you, because I was geeked up when we signed Justin Houston because
I
I
was
was
right
sitting
there
there like,
with you.
I know he's older, but I was like, that's just what we needed on the other side of Brian Burns. And I was like, if he can come in and just be somewhat productive, we were going to be A-OK. And I mean, that Joker has just straight, as far as him producing, it's just flatline this entire season so far. And now he's on IR. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But let me let this play run here. Another play with Bryson shotgun. Now, this is what I say. Give him a little bit of time. And the thing here, everybody is not running, those comeback routes. I forgot who this is on the bottom. Like he's going downfield. You do have a couple. Miles Sanders is cutting across the field here. Now, mind you, I think if he had saw Miles Sanders, he probably would have got more on this play. But he does hit Adam Thielen. Got the first down. All right. Next play. Offensive lineman. They do give him a little time here, and then they don't.
Before you run next play, let me just make a comment real quick. For a quarterback, if the quarterback doesn't trust you as a pass catcher, whether you're the tight end, the running back, or wide receiver, if they don't trust you and they don't feel like they can depend on you to catch the ball or be where you're supposed to be, I don't care how open you are. 9 times out of 10, you may not get the ball. He's going to find or look for who he can depend on. And the only wide receiver that we have thus far that he actually feels like he can depend on game in, game out, no matter the circumstance, it's Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen. Yep.
So yeah, so he's going to try to give him the ball as much as possible, even at times trying to force the ball in there when he probably shouldn't have. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I agree.
But he trusts that he's gonna catch the ball 9 times out of 10, and he's gonna be where he's supposed to be.
Yep. Yep, I agree. But in this one here, this was another one of those plays where they all run. Now, mind you, if this is, let me see, I think that's Marshall, or I think that's Marshall. Now, right there, he probably could have hit Marshall, but at this point, the pocket was collapsing, and the safety is making a beeline for Terrence Marshall too. So either
Mm-hmm.
way, that play probably would have ended bad, and he takes the sack. I believe this is the next play.
4 rushers.
Yep, four
Yeah,
rushes. Now,
he did. He
difference
did
on,
hit Trimble.
yeah, difference on this play is Bryce Young drops back when he's ready to throw. There's actually somebody open.
Yeah,
You know, Tommy Tremble, he ran his route. He got to his spot. He turned around. He made eye contact with the quarterback. Bryce Young got him the ball. Modest game, but it was a positive play. And then here again, everybody, look at the defensive lineman. Look at defensive lineman. You got tackle and end lined up damn near over Taylor Moton. Same thing on this side. You got the tackle lined up over Icky, and the end is damn near out here with Hayden Hurst. Like
what
you
they
said,
call what we
Tony.
call a wide nine.
Uh-huh.
That's
Like you said,
a wide nine.
copycat lead. They've been killing the Panthers with this, especially the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But in this situation here, same as with the
Now you
last.
look at this one. Bozeman picks up the stunt because he's again. If you look at it, he's helping Throckmorton. But watch the stunt on the left side between Taylor Moton and Austin Corbett.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it wasn't even a stunt.
Yeah, it wasn't a stunt.
Austin
That was
Corbett
straight up.
he just got pushed back. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Corbett got pushed
but
back. But
yeah.
again, Bryce Young, he's ready to throw. He's got a target. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a combination when he gets protection and he actually has a target to be able to throw to. He does good, but this does not happen consistently enough for the Panthers to be successful on offense right now. And I want to say
Mm-hmm.
this is the drive that led to that field goal that made it 13-16.
Oh yeah, this was that final drive.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
my bad. You're right. This was the final drive. But again,
yeah.
okay, and I brought these clips up because I want everybody out there who's panicking and saying that we drafted the wrong person. Look what happens. He gets time in the pocket. You got Sanders down here. Now Sanders actually ran a really good route. Really
Yeah,
good
yeah,
route.
because he
He
got
came in,
53.
uh-huh, got him turned around. He stuck his foot in the ground. He went outside, caught the
Yeah,
ball.
caught that stick route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ran about 4 yards inside, stuck his foot in the ground and turned it back out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now this is one I wanted to show too. So the Bears brought a blitz on this one. All right. So they dropped back number 91, and then they brought the linebacker and I think a cornerback
No,
on the right side.
stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
You see right up here at the top, this the corner over the
Mm-hmm.
slot.
Yeah.
Look right behind the corner, the safety.
Yeah. he's ready to pick up his
That
man because he's coming on the
yeah,
blitz.
right, yeah, that's a key indicator. That's a key
Mm-hmm.
indicator that blitz, that corner is coming on the blitz, corner blitz. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, you see Hayden Hurst, okay? Because I do believe this was Bryce's read. Hayden Hurst is wide open. All right. But look at Bryce in the pocket as he's trying to throw this ball. All right. I'm gonna let this play.
Mhm.
And I also got this from the other angle. And I mean, he still almost made the throw. You know, it was short, it was low, but he almost made it.
But you know what? That throw still hit Hurst
Hayden
in
Hurst
his
in the
hand.
hand. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're absolutely right. Now look at it from the rear angle here. Now look at him as he's trying to make that throw. And look how he get folded up like a taco. Look at boom. That's a hard situation to be in for a quarterback to succeed. And I mean, and look, and guess who it was again? Bradley Bozeman and damn Throckmorton.
No, no. I want,
Calm down, killer. I can replay
I want you to see Throckmorton out here like he's sightseeing.
it.
He's like he's sightseeing on the
Yeah.
offensive line.
Well,
Look,
that was mostly Bozeman because Throckmorton was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put a hand on you." Well, no, let me turn around and go back. But yeah, but look at him. Like he just turns around and just looks at him. He's like, "Oh shit, there we go." Bam. And this is the ball to Mingo here. Because if you look at it, it does look like he slowed down just a little bit.
and look how much space he has between him and the sideline.
Yeah.
If he just faded to the right a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
just slightly faded to the sideline, he got it. But you see where the ball is right here?
Mm-hmm.
See where the
Yep.
ball is? Looks like the ball is yeah.
Right there.
His head is not even fully turned around and looking up at the sky. By the time he
Mm-hmm.
looks up, really the ball is he can't track
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He can't track it.
Because what I think is happening too is, and I think you said this earlier, some of these receivers aren't used to a quarterback where it's like, okay, you have got to be where you need to be, and you've got to get your head on a swivel and look for the ball. Because I know as a quarterback where you're supposed to be, that's where I'm going to throw it.
Right.
And it seemed like this is a big adjustment for some of these receivers, especially Mingo. But yeah, is that wasn't a bad ball. I don't
No, it
think that
wasn't a
was a
bad
bad
ball
ball
at
at
all.
all. Mhm.
He actually had good protection and time to throw it.
Yep. Look at that.
Sigh.
Look, hold on. Let me pause this. Like me Amos said, he said this is painful to watch. Shaking my head. It is, man. It is. It really is. I swear it is. It's damn sure painful. I hate,
Paul,
but you know,
Paul Man
hey,
said Bozeman cannot win the one-on-one battle to save his life in pass pro. I'm starting to feel that way.
yes, that's the way it looks. That's definitely the way it looks. And this is the next play in that drive. Chuba Hubbard coming in. All right. Now this is the
Now
one
the
where
defense.
this
Go
was a
ahead.
hell of a play by the defense.
Yes,
Hell of a play. Because if everybody look at number
they ran a hell of a
57 right here.
scheme.
Mm-hmm.
They ran a hell of
Look
a
at 57
scheme.
right here.
He showed
57 comes
blitz.
to the line of scrimmage. He shows blitz. And the crazy thing is, he actually comes on the blitz for about 3 steps.
Yeah.
Now look at this. Now, far as Bryce knows, Bozeman is blocking this dude right here. He sees Tommy Tremble coming across, nobody on him. Whoop. Almost picked off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that was that. That was the end of my clips there.
Let's see.
But yeah,
Ken
man.
said
But
Bryce
I
is
just
a fast thrower. Fast tempo is the style. Get up to the line and go. Facts. Go ahead. My bad, CJ.
Oh no, I was just gonna say for everybody that I just wanted to share, that wasn't the entire game, but to me, that's kind of summing up what we've been dealing with, the entire season. Okay. When Bryce Young has time and there's a little bit of deviation from their standard play calls, and there's actually something other thrown in than receivers running down the field 10, 15 yards and coming back, we see what happened. Because I'm not saying that those routes don't work, but as you can see, like on that last drive, when you had Trimble and Hayden Hurst, when they come out, they go down the field 5 yards and they turn around and Bryce is ready to throw and they're open. But when you got 4 wide
Right.
receivers all running, 10, 15-yard comebacks and the offensive line as trash as this one has been playing, that's not a combination for much success whatsoever.
No, it's not.
Whatsoever. Hold on,
No, it's
let me
not.
show. Old School said, just want to take a moment. Thank you guys and the other listeners watching. This has been a great recap by everyone. Hey man, we appreciate you.
And we
We
appreciate you,
appreciate you.
Old School.
Hey, look, like our name said, we two fans. Instead, we fans. We
Yeah.
coming to this. Now Tony is he is more knowledgeable about the ins and outs of football than I am, on any given day. But me, I feel like I know enough from a fan perspective where I can give my opinion. I don't claim to be expert. I don't claim to say it's fact, but I'm just giving you what I see. But we do
Right.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that.
Ken said, I go back what Paul said. Yes, move Icky inside. I think we'd do much better. He don't have the feet for outside. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tony. The more and more this season goes on, I am starting to jump on this move Icky to guard train. I swear I am. Because just like he said, he does not have the feet for outside. Them guys are taking 3 steps, and when they done on that 3rd step, they already have their shoulder dipped up on the Icky, and they're coming for the quarterback. He gets lucky
Yeah.
sometimes when Bryce steps up and he's able to just so slightly turn around and get a hand on him and push him on past. But
Right.
that doesn't work out all the time. Yeah.
No, you're
Paul
right.
said, I agree.
You're
Old
right.
School. These fellas have the best, most knowledgeable podcast on the Panthers by far. Hey, well, thank you. I appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Paul. We appreciate
Yeah,
that, man.
yeah.
We
We
appreciate
don't
we
like
we
I said.
definitely I mean there's some good podcasts out there, but there's some out there that's I don't need to call it out, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we just glad and appreciate the fact that you rock with us, and like we said, we're not gonna just try to give you stuff for clickbait. We're gonna call it how we see it, and
Yeah.
we're knowledgeable enough about the game that we can speak on the game, and it's always just more than the players on the field. They play for organizations, so you have to look at it from a general manager perspective, from the scout,
Mm-hmm.
the scouting department perspective, salary caps perspective. There's a lot of things that go into running the football team. Why we sign players, why we can't sign players, who we go after, who we don't go after. But
Mm-hmm.
people want to nitpick.
Yeah.
to yeah. They just want
Yeah.
to nitpick. They just want to talk about things that's going to get them some clicks or whatnot. I ain't never discussed football like that, and I ain't gonna start.
Yeah, man. And I mean, hey, it is what it is. Everybody has a niche and things that they like to do. But we appreciate the love and support from y'all. We really do. We really, really do. And I don't know if you put this up here already, Tony, but Kenny said Bryce is a fast thrower, fast tempo is his style, get up to the line and go. You know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just put that up there. Uh
Okay.
huh.
All right. Paul said, I
Yeah.
believe the Panthers can utilize their running backs more often in the passing game, take a little pressure off of Bryce Young. Yeah, yeah, I agree, but I think, like I keep saying, it's got to be the right play call, because you see a lot of times the running back come out the backfield, and the damn defender is, like I said, the damn defender is in his hip pocket before he can even turn his head around to look back for the
Yeah.
ball, and
Yeah.
that's across the board.
These defenses, these teams are sitting and squatting on these wide receivers and these backs coming out of the backfield because they truly believe that you can't beat them, that we can't beat them deep. And if they think
Mhm,
that and they feel that, then it makes you um it makes you more prone to throw interceptions because they're sitting and squatting on your wide receivers and your backs coming out of the backfield.
mhm, yeah. I like to see Mays take some snaps at left guard over 76 until Zavala returns. Well, I think he did get his shot at left guard, and I guess they felt like it wasn't good. But the way Throckmorton has been playing lately, I'm not even gonna lie. I say throw K Mays back in there and let him get some run until until Zavala comes back.
Yeah,
I
for
haven't heard
real.
anything on Zavala because he had a real bad stinger, but he hadn't been put on the IR or anything, has he?
No, he's not on IR. He's yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. I think maybe they allowing him more recovery time, or maybe they feel like Throckmorton is playing better than Zavala. Because mind you, now Zavala was getting his ass handed to him the last two games before he got
Yeah,
hurt,
he was.
especially when he made that switch from right guard to left guard. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was like night and day. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. We'll see. That Bryce throws to an expected point, all receivers have to act as if the ball is coming to them only. Our receivers act as if the ball isn't coming to them. That's a good point. That's a good point.
that is a good point.
Some of them
It's
do
funny,
look
but it's a
like,
good point.
yeah, they look like when they see the ball coming, they was like, damn it. I did not think he was gonna throw that to me. Like nah, bro. Great job, fellas. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Paul. His Kenneth said other podcasts. Kid said, I like the truth, no lies detected. Hey, now I will say this: there are a lot of great Panther podcasts out there, and like I said, everybody is entitled. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion and how they feel. I just it still bothers me when people are pointing and picking at Bryce as if he is the only person playing. Like I said, he's hiking the ball to himself, he's blocking for himself, he's throwing the ball, he's running out, he's making the catches. That's what pisses me off. I ain't got no problem with people being
Yeah,
upset at Bryce when he does stuff wrong. Okay, let me go ahead and throw that out there because I get when I'm watching the game, my wife will tell you, I sit there and I'll be like, damn it, Bryce, I'll be the first one to be like that was wrong. You messed up on that one. But you let it be known, our fan base is just like, Bryce is playing by himself. So, but yeah, being most said
right.
The Bryce slander is wild out here. It certainly is.
Yes, it is.
It certainly is.
It's unbearable.
Yeah, it really is. And it's I miss my halfbacks. My God, we could use one in this offense. Yep. Yeah, we should.
Shit,
And that brings,
we can use a whole lot of different things.
yeah, we could. And it's wild because now you see Deontay Foreman. He had 80 yards against us Thursday night. And he was another one that me and Tony at the beginning of the season, in the off season, we were like, one of the first things we need to do is make sure that we bring Deontay Foreman back. Okay,
Yep.
Deontay Foreman and
Yes, it
Chuba
is.
Hubbard were a good combination. And the one thing that I like that Foreman does that I don't think what we was talking about that Chuba doesn't really do a good job of right now. Foreman is a power runner. He run downhill, but he also has a lot. His vision is better than Chuba's. Okay, to me, from what I've seen, he can't see the cutback. He can make moves. He can cut, but he also run you the hell over too. And he will
Yeah.
get you that tough yard. Now that had been Foreman back then, and he saw that cutback in number 53. I think Foreman would have took 53 on, ran him over, and would have got that first down.
Yeah.
Now if you want to point fingers to an off-season move that was bad, it was letting Foreman go. And even if they would have kept, even if they would have went on to sign Miles Sanders too, I would have loved to see a healthy Miles Sanders and Foreman in the backfield. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
Foreman went to Chicago knowing good and damn well he was like third on the running back chart. He was behind Herbert and who was the other one? Roschon Johnson.
Rashawn Johnson. Yeah.
hmm So
Yep.
I don't know what happened, with that transaction. But if you want to point fingers at Carolina for a dumbass move, that was definitely one of them. They should have kept
Yep.
Foreman. Yep. Said, how about Laviska? What is his health status? Shit, week to week, he be doing the same thing like I mentioned earlier with his health status. He signs up for a free trial every week. If y'all wasn't
Oh
on here
God,
earlier, if y'all
that's
wasn't on here
funny.
earlier, I made a comment where I said my hope and faith in the Panthers are gone. I said week to week I make another Gmail account and I sign up for a free trial for the Carolina Panthers. And at the end of the week, I swear I ain't signing up for another free trial. But come Monday, there I am making another damn account, signing up for another week trial. So it's like my hopes and dreams with the Panthers on a week by week basis. It's crazy. But Laviska, he's just another one that just he can't stay healthy. He can't
Yeah.
stay healthy. We have a roster full of people who are injury plagued. Well, not full of them, but we have a lot of people on this roster that are really injury plagued and can't stay healthy consistently for the Panthers.
Yeah. We have more than normal. Let's
Yeah,
say that
yeah, we
have
damn.
more than normal.
Mhm. BMO said
Yeah.
definitely should have kept Foreman. Old school
Yeah.
Panther fan said, I mean, hey, we miss him too. We
Yeah. We
we
miss it
definitely
too.
miss him. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's been a wild ride, and I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this on up. But I will say
Yeah.
this: I don't think that anybody, and if any of y'all out there watching us, let me know in the comments. I don't think anybody thought it was going to be like this 10 weeks into the season. Okay. I
Facts.
I I don't think anybody saw this. And Tony said earlier that you have a new coach, new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator, rookie QB, got rebuild built all over it. But I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those. I was like, okay, cool. But I did not think, based on how we played last year, that this would be a rebuild like this. But as we can obviously see, and as painful as it is, this is definitely a rebuild. This is definitely a rebuild in every sense of the word. And it's definitely taking me 10 weeks to be like, you know what? Hey, it's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. I stated this at the beginning of the year. By the halfway point of the season,
Mhm.
what you see on tape is who we will be, bad or
Yeah.
good, and we are who we are at this point in time. So you know there's a lot of finger pointing going on right now, especially in the fan base. There's a
Mhm.
lot wrong with this team right now, offensively and defensively. There's a lot of injuries, that we're trying to overcome. Like there is a lot of things that's wrong, and it's not nothing that you're going to be able to stick a band-aid on and move forward from and think everything's
Mhm.
gonna be all right. No. You got to look
Yeah,
at it and say, you know what it is? It is what it is at this point in time. Let's do what we can do to let's make the best of the situation.
yeah,
And you know, I'm not saying they already looking to 2024, but hell, 2020,
yeah.
2023, the division has definitely got murky over here.
Mm-hmm. And it says so. Draft is looking like slot receiver, tackle, cornerback, defensive back, pickup, wrestler, free agency or trade. Um, to be perfectly honest with you, I would love to see the Panthers go out in free agency and sign a top notch cornerback if anyone is available. Okay, because
Mhm.
if J.C. Horn, that's a big if now. If J.C. Horn can get healthy and stay healthy, um, somebody else paired with him other than Dante Jackson, and we got Xavier Woods, got Von Bell, I think our secondary would be okay. But as we've seen, the injury bug has hit us time and time and time again. So that is a big if. But
Yeah.
they have to nail the draft. Okay, this is a draft. We don't have a first. So second and whatever else we got left, they got to do their due diligence. They got to do their homework, and they have to absolutely nail this draft. And I think they absolutely have to nail free agency too. Like you can't bring in no slouches. Like you got to bring in some people that's ready to get down and get to work. If you got any questions on somebody, or if they're healthy, I almost see them bring in another player, coming off a damn injury, or somebody to get the camp that's already, or during the OTAs and stuff. Nah, stop all that. Stop all that.
Yeah.
It says, CJ, are you going to the meet and greet? Um, what meet and greet? Because my answer is probably going to be no, because I am at the house. After this, I'm about to go see if what the Tar Heels are doing, the basketball team. But no, to answer your question, I'm not going to the meet and greet. Kenneth Blair said, "Coach is okay. It's the performance of the team. The team as a whole cannot gel, and when not gel, they are not a match for each other." Yeah, but the coaching staff is not completely absolved of any blame on this too, because like I
By
keep
no
saying,
means.
yeah, like I keep saying, and like Tony brought up too, because I keep saying adjustments. And Tony also said that, they probably have already, if they had a plan A, B, C, or D, they might have already tried all of them this year. And the shit just ain't working. Whatever contingencies that they have made into this offense, they've exhausted all of them. And it's just like, all right, we're gonna have to ride this train out.
It's like okay, you start out at a basic, intermediate, expert level, right? You can't get to intermediate from basic if you can't get the basic stuff right. You can't get
Yeah.
from intermediate to expert if you
So you
can't
master
master
intermediate.
intermediate, right?
Yep.
So what good is it for the Panthers to try all these exotic plays? Whether they have them or not, I don't know. But if they have them, what's the use of trying to do all these exotic plays? You know, all these deep passes. Everything that people want to see when you can't get the protection right up front for your quarterback to feel comfortable in the pocket to execute these plays. If your receivers can't get separation, if they're not getting open, what's the point in doing it? That's my thing, and I have yet to see anyone come up with a solution to that question.
Yeah.
Because you just can't. It's humanly impossible to go from step 1 to step 5 and you ain't even master step 1 and 2 yet.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just can't do that.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Now we talked about this earlier. I still think that they can change up and do some things, but I mean, you are right about that. We definitely do have to get the basics down first before we can slide up the intermediate. But I do agree. Paul Mancini
Yeah,
said there's definitely a disconnect between offensive line coach Campen, offense coordinator Thomas Brown, and head coach Wright. There's no identity or cohesion with the plays on offense. I agree with that 100%.
I agree.
I agree. The biggest needs: edge rusher, left tackle, cornerback, inside line. Yeah, buddy. Hey, I can't disagree with any of that. If they,
Right,
hopefully, they do what they say they're gonna do. They're gonna sign Brian Burns, keep him, but he definitely needs some help on that other side, because if all they got to worry about is Brian Burns and nobody else, Derek Brown gets double teamed, and then you got two other defensive linemen who really just back there just taking up space and you know not really producing
right.
from my perspective at least. But yeah. The last mentioned Jones on defense. I like him. He is aggressive and hits. Yes, penalty, but I like him. Are you talking about Deion Jones? I
Yeah.
think he's filled in admirably. I think he's gone out there and done what he's needed to do, especially since Shaq has been out. And if I'm not mistaken, Gruber Hill is still playing, isn't he? Did he get hurt? 'Cause I swear I've seen
No,
the guy.
Gruger Hill. No, Gruger Hill played.
Grugier.
He played in Chicago. Gruger Hill.
I swear, man, it seemed like that joker just disappeared. It was like for a few games he was making plays, and then he just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was out there Thursday night.
And saying, "Last, thank you, veteran." Yes, I'm sorry I didn't mention this. Happy Veterans Day, everybody out there. Happy Veterans Day to,
Thank
to,
you
to
for
my
that.
co-host. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans
Thank
Day
you,
to
cuz.
my
Thank you,
pops.
Kenneth.
He's a Vietnam vet. Paul says, scale back the playbook to 2025 and master, execute it to a high level and add wrinkles. Hey, Paul, I said this earlier. I don't think that playbook go past 12, 13 plays. I promise you. I don't think it go past and 10 of them are the
Don't
same
get him
plays with
started.
slight. Hey, yeah, exactly. Don't get me started. I've been saying this since the preseason. That damn playbook ain't but about 2 pages long, and it's about two plays on each page or something. I'm telling you,
Oh
man.
God.
I'm
Oh
telling you.
God. That's too
Hey, he
funny.
said, I believe Shaq, Chin are goners after this season. Huh? It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna is Chin's contract up this year?
Yes, yes. This
Okay.
this is this is his fourth year, and yeah, he will be a free agent at the end of the
Ooh, boy.
season.
And what about Shaq? He signed at the beginning of last year, right? So for 2
No,
years.
I think the
Or this
offseason
year?
he signed this offseason, yeah. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I think next year maybe a player option. Don't quote me
Mhm.
on that. Yeah.
Okay. 2-page playbook and grocery list on the third.
Y'all something else.
Hey, let me tell you, that grocery list is nothing but stuff from the frozen food aisle, just stuck
For
in place.
sure. For sure.
Let me tell you, they ain't got no fruits, no vegetables. They got a bunch of shit you gotta go put in the microwave and wait on that shit to heat up while your quarterback getting smashed
You
into the dirt.
stupid.
Tell you,
Oh
man.
man.
Yeah.
Well,
But
look,
Tony, you got
cuz you
anything
got
you want to
anything?
say? Oh man, we about
Oh,
to
I
say
was
the
gonna
same
ask
thing.
you
Go
the
ahead,
same
bro.
thing.
Go ahead. You
Nah,
first. You
man.
first.
Nah, man. No, I ain't got nothing else to say, man. But listen, um, it is what it is with the Panthers, man. I'm going to continue to hope that things can turn around. The reality is, it don't look like it can. It don't look like it will happen because like I said before, you have to allow the tape, or you should let the tape tell a story. And what we have
Mm-hmm.
on tape right now is not good and doesn't look promising. But I'm always
Sure.
keep hope alive. I'm gonna keep on praying that nothing happens to Bryce, that he makes it through this year. And 2024, regardless if Frank Wright and Scott Fitterer is here or not, for the team, I'm looking for better and hope for better things for the team next year. But
Okay.
yeah, that's all I got. Cuz what about you?
Hey, all I got to say is Panther Nation, just hold on, hang tight. It's gonna be okay. I do believe that deep in my heart is gonna be okay. Um, if anybody else hearing this, y'all, hey, look, ease up on Bryce. He is not out there by himself. And like I said, when he makes a mistake, by all means, give him the business. But I want everybody out there to give everybody else on this team the business when they make mistakes too. Players, coaches, GM, owner, they all deserve the smoke right now. All of them.
Right.
And I just wanted to say to everybody too, I'm happy to be back with my cousin here, my co-host Tony. And if y'all didn't know, I had surgery a few weeks ago. I'm still in the healing process, but I felt good enough today to come back and talk a little junk with my cousin. And I thank you for all the prayers and support. And I'm happy to be back doing what I love and talking about the team that I do love, even with all this that's going on right now. So I appreciate y'all in the comments. And if you haven't, because I haven't said this yet today, but if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn those post notification bells so you know when our videos come out. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And let me see, we got a couple new comments here. Let me get these before we go. Kenneth said, new ending. Thank you for keep watching and watching. We'll be making more. And God bless. God bless you too, Ken.
God bless you too, Ken.
Said, a positive job the defense coordinator, defense staff has done with makeshift defensive roster with all the injuries they've had. Yes, they have. Like I said earlier, we have got to give Evero credit, especially for the last 3 weeks. He has done a fantastic job with the defense, and now we just got to hope and pray that our offense can catch up. And he also said special teams have done a good job. Just need the offense to hold their own, and they could be 4-5 or 5-4. Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. Old school said, keep pounding, old school. We got you, player.
Keep pounding, my brother.
All right, everybody. Hey, look, like I say in all the videos, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. And even still, most of all, everybody, keep pounding.